I don't want you to be upset at the name of this segment. Okay?
Which is normally when someone says, no offense.
Don't be bad.
But you got
don't
a
be
big
mad.
nose.
Don't be mad. But here's the name of the segment.
Yeah.
Upset Andy.
Now come here and let me kick you in the balls.
Yeah. And do you find that upsetting? Probably because they're so sensitive and you didn't like the kick. And now we know. Go to a song.
I'm not upset yet, but certainly nervous at the name of the...
But it's the most accurate way to describe what I'm going to do because this idea came to me. You know, we're always singing the segments for the show. Yep. You and I, 24/5.
Yes.
I mean, because we take weekends off.
You do.
But 24/5, always thinking of stuff for the show. And I was stacking the dishwasher last night, and I just thought, God, what I'm doing right now would upset Andy so much. Because you are quite a tidy, you're a neat person. So you have a very clean house.
But yes, I do. I like things being ordered.
You have OCD when it comes to things being neat.
Yes.
And ordered.
Yes.
You know, we've been through it before on the show. You very, very meticulously pack your suitcase.
Yes.
We're on gap year. I got half of the jungle in my bag, like probably actually a live rat or something in my bag, and just shreds of rags that used to be clothes just stuffed everywhere.
And I go, I've got rat poison. It's on the second drawer, and it's in its own pouch.
And he's, in his room at the whatever hostel we're in or whatever on gap year, and you've got those vacuum sealable bags you bought on home shopping. Going to everyone, well, I've managed to get through the whole of the Amazon with an overnight bag. It's really quite simple, guys, if you just drill holes in your toothbrush to make it lighter, stuff like that. So one of the key things, whenever I'm at your house or we're away together, we're sharing a place, is when someone goes to pack the dishwasher and you're there, you're like quite an ordered dishwasher.
Yes.
All right, so here's how upset Andy works. I'll just tell you how I pack the dishwasher and you tell me if it upsets you.
Well, it will.
Okay, let's find the line. Find the line. Some things surprise me. You might be pretty cool with. Might be a cool teach. In the cutlery compartment, I don't care if the fork's down or up, or if the tip of the knife's down or up.
I'm already... I'm not.
Are you angry? I don't want you to be angry, but I expect you to be upset.
I'd probably let that pass, but I would definitely prefer them to be facing up.
Interesting.
Obviously.
Now, I don't care if spoons are in with forks, knives, teaspoons, whatever.
No, I'm fine with that now.
Okay.
I've come around. I used to have them in the specific slots because it's easier to unpack. Bang, forks. Yeah. Efficiency is also a friend of mine.
I know a lot of this is born into efficiency. Okay. So on the bottom of my dishwasher, it's pretty much the plate holder bits on the bottom and then cups and stuff up the top.
Yes.
I don't really care. I'll just chuck cups down the bottom.
Yeah,
I'll chuck small bowls up the top over a mug.
No.
I don't care. I don't care if a mug wears a bowl as a hat. I don't care.
Well, I do care.
Would you move that?
Yes. Yep. I would hover around.
Yep.
I would hover around.
I suspect I'd get a bit of, I'll finish it.
Yep.
Okay, final one.
I know this.
Up the top where all the cups go, there's two tiny platforms that drop down that are meant to be for wooden spoons and bread knives and things like that. Last time I was packing the dishwasher, I just chucked the wooden spoon on the bottom with the plates. I ignored the rack.
Again,
I didn't care.
Yeah, well, I do care. And you're just not going to get into fish and wash.
Okay, 13, 10, 60. Can you upset Andy? Now, it doesn't have to be dishwasher related, but have you seen that meme going around where, and this, I don't know if this would upset you or not, but let's find the line. Okay. Maybe this wouldn't bother you. There's a room, like someone's room at a house, just a carpeted room, and you know how there's those heating ducts on the floor for central heating? Yeah. The duct is not flush with the wall. It's at a bad angle. And the meme is sort of like, this is driving me wild because it's just out of order. Like, so, it's not parallel to the wall.
Oh, as in installed, not parallel. Oh. I mean, that.
Oh, my God. And he's got steam coming out of his ears. Yeah, it hasn't been installed
Well, that
parallel.
would be reinstalled. I'd fix that.
Okay. That's the kind of stuff I want. 13, 10, 60, upset Andy by talking about things that are slightly out of order.
So much of Andy.
In the middle of Upset Andy, 13-10-60. Can you tell Andy about something that's a little bit untidy or out of order to slightly infuriate him? I've just scored 3 big goals describing my dishwasher packing to him last night. The mugs didn't care if the mugs had a bowl on top of them. I was just chucking Tupperware absolutely anywhere. Didn't give a hoot. Chucked a wooden spoon on the bottom when the tray fruit's on the top. Didn't care. Cutlery's all over the place. I think I even just threw a fruit knife in next to some glasses. Didn't even put it in the cutlery holder, and it could have fit. And I didn't care.
Okay. Yeah.
Andy's
you've had your upsetting time.
Andy's turning into a werewolf. Now, can you turn Andy into a werewolf through sheer anger at things being out of order? Warwick.
G'day, boys.
How are you, Warwick? Do you reckon you can upset Andy?
Mate, Tupperware drawers. Tupperware with lids that don't match.
Yeah, that is annoying.
That upsets me, Warwick, because we've got tons of Tupperware at our house.
It's very hard to do.
While you're trying to get the kids' lunches set, boys.
Yeah, that's it. We're trying to do leftovers at the moment. I reckon in jail, there should be like normal jail. Then you go to solitary confinement. That's if you've been really bad. And the next step is they put you in a big room, they go sort out all this Tupperware, and none of it matches.
Thanks, Warwick. Tegan.
Can you upset Andy?
You know the reason
that was just annoying, wasn't it?
You know the reason why it didn't bother me too much?
Yep.
It's because I never cook.
You're not a Tupperware user.
So I don't really.
That's okay. I mean, that's all right. Warwick just kicked it a little wide of the goals there. That's all right. Still a good strike. Tegan.
Yes?
Ahoy. Can you upset Andy?
I think my husband can, probably not me.
Mm-hmm.
So when he hangs clothes on the clothes horse, he hangs long stuff down the bottom where it's like obviously for socks.
You got him, Tegan. You got him.
Yeah.
You've absolutely got him.
Yeah.
You know what else he does though? He doesn't like flat the clothes out so that they dry crinkly.
Just divorce this guy.
Well done, Tegan. 2 goals.
Tegan,
a goal, a rebound, a quick other goal. Well done, Tabitha. Can you upset Andy?
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy to you.
Ahoy, Tabitha.
I'm the same as you, Andy, but it's like my boyfriend is out to torture me sometimes. Last night, I'm making burgers, and he goes to get the burger buns out of the bag where, it's got the nice little bread tie so you can do it up afterwards.
Tears
the bag, straight open.
What an
Chaos.
idiot.
How do I
What a twerp.
Tears the bag open.
What a twerp.
Picture it, Ando. Tearing the bag open.
I pictured it before she got to say
it. It was a perfectly good burger. What's he going to do now?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what he's going to do. It's just an opportunity to keep something fresh, Tabitha, that he's laughing in the face of it.
He doesn't care. He's with me. We don't care. Feed it to the birds, man. Have a stale bun tomorrow. Toast them. We don't care.
All right, enough making fun of me. Let's make fun of Jack.
No. What day is it today? Tuesday.
Yep.
Every Tuesday. Let's do this. 5:30 every Tuesday. Let's upset Andy. Well, Ando, just before we went on our little jaunt, our little holiday, I launched a segment that I knew you wouldn't love the name of, but it got Australia united as one to try and rattle the fortress that is Andy Lee, because we know the chink in your armour. And the fact that there even is a chink probably annoys you because you do like ordered armour. It's to deal with the fact that you probably slightly OCD when it comes to tidiness and order.
Yeah.
You have a light globes cupboard with every available light globe. You have a battery drawer with every possible battery you'll need. You don't like a ring stain on the table, even if it's there for a moment. You'll quietly wipe it up.
Yes.
You're
I won't get anyone in trouble for it. I'll just duck around and
paper towel it up. You're very particular about the way you stack the dishwasher. This was how I first managed to upset you by telling you my freestyle maneuvers, cutlery wherever I want it, cups upstairs, cups downstairs, cups on both levels. Not even.
My mum heard that.
Yeah, she would have heard it.
Yeah.
If it's full and I've got a wooden spoon, I've been maybe mixing a pasta sauce with. I won't use the little ledge above the cups you use for wooden spoons. I'll just chuck it in anywhere, wherever it lands, it'll get clean. And he's sweating now and he's bristling. It is a segment called Upset Andy. The idea is people can call up with their own instances of things that are just slightly out of whack that might annoy you somewhat to see if we can upset Andy.
You found one over the break, did you?
I got a couple, but let's play a brand new opener I made.
Oh, no, this means it's coming back.
It's part of the family. Everything is neat and practical. 'Cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 naught. Does that upset you?
Yeah, I mean,
You don't like
good use of a contemporary song from Ben Lee for the opener. I think that was on Chipper J's Hottest 100 in 1999.
Still got the CD, boy. Pop that down. Another thing that upsets him: non-contemporary music.
No, I enjoyed it.
That is actually, funnily enough, that wasn't even really deliberate. But when someone gives a mobile number not in the 433 pattern,
yes,
you don't like that.
Yeah, come on. I think that's fair for most people. Though.
You don't like that, do you?
Yeah.
This is one that came up actually coincidentally, but I had it slated to bring up with you today. I bought a jacket while I was away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's going to be my winter parka.
Yep.
Obviously, when you get home from the store, it comes with one button and a piece of thread.
Yeah.
I just piffed it. I don't care about that.
Yeah, well, that's only come to light because you know I've got a buttons drawer.
But I did. I always chuck it out.
Yeah, well, I keep them in a buttons drawer. Just in case I lose my button.
I didn't even think about keeping it. I flicked it out so hard, I heard an audible ting on the bottom of the bucket, the bin, and it had quite a thick plastic bag.
Yeah.
So I've thrown it so hard it's pierced the plastic bag.
If you lose a button,
I don't care.
Don't come.
I'll just pop an odd button on.
Don't come to me for a button.
You won't have my jacket. It's a very good jacket. Here's another one, Ando. Yeah. Obviously, flying overseas, got to have your passport. I don't have a passport holder. I don't care about.
You see, you won't get back into the country next time.
They let me in.
No, your passport's so weathered.
I chuck it in my back pocket.
Your passport's so weathered that you mightn't be allowed back in the country. That happened to Sam, our producer. Wasn't allowed back in because his passport was so weathered.
I don't care.
You will care. You will care. My point is, you will care.
No.
You'll be sitting at the airport like Sam had to for 2 hours.
It's just a little book. 13 10 60. It literally is endless. You can call up. You get the hang of it. You get the idea. 13 10 60. We'll go to a song. On the other side of this, your chance to see if it annoys Andy. Maybe it won't.
No, maybe.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 naught.
You can get through now on 131 06 naught.
Good boy. Trying something different. Upset Andy. And it does like things practical, neat, tidy, sometimes to such an exacting standard that someone may say, that seems a little bit, very rigid in your ways of the format, maybe slightly OCD, but
I'm not forcing on anyone else. Let me put that very clear.
And some things might not upset you. That's the fun part about this game. Everyone now has got a fair idea. We're just talking before about, I get a new jacket, I throw away the button. The chances of me needing that button, and Neil, chances of me finding it again are even smaller. Who cares, man? Get out of here, button, I say.
Yep.
Not my friend Andy.
I've got a button. Well, it's a button tin within a button drawer, yes. Sure. I have, because
and on the outside and you probably have like a TV button spare, like a remote drawer or something. Do you have spare remotes?
No.
Cool.
That's where I draw the line.
We're finding the line. Beck 13 10 60. Welcome.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Beck. Do you have something that might upset Andy?
Yeah, I reckon I do. The toothpaste, letting the crusty bit form and not closing the lid.
Yeah, she's got me. Absolutely. Beck, is this not my girlfriend, Beck? Because I've given her a warning.
No. Written or verbal?
Verbal.
Sure. 3 verbals is a written, 3 writtens, and you're out. So she's 1/9 of the way to walking out that door based on the toothpaste. What does she do, Endo?
Just a clean snap of the toothpaste, please, onto your toothbrush.
When you reclose the lid, you want to hear it snap.
Yes.
If there's too much build up, it's a soft push through that layer.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's also hurting your face.
It's also disgusting. It seems like it's going past crusty stuff on the outside. I don't need that.
Well done, Beck. You have annoyed. You've upset Andy. Donnie, ahoy.
Ahoy, boys. How are you?
Very good, sir. Do you have something that might upset Andy?
Possibly. So if you picture it when it's raining, you've got the windscreen wipers going. You arrive at your destination, you turn the car off. The windscreen wipers haven't reset back into their spot. So they're sitting on the windscreen.
Allow me to answer this one, Donnie. After 12 years of travelling in a car with this man, or more, probably closer to 15, yeah that upsets it.
Oh, mission accomplished.
Yeah, Donnie, laugh it up.
Just turn them off. Let the car run
Let the
down.
car settle. Let it sit in the natural position. Because if if the car's being left there, you can have grime build up on the windscreen that is hard to remove.
What a nuisance that would be. Ahoy, Jill. Jill.
Hi.
How you going?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right, we're 2 from 2 so far. Do you have something that might upset Andy, Jill?
Something my family does. They get the margarine out, peel back the white, paper or the foil and leave it there and scrape around it industriously. You think it's full, but it never is. And then, there's always stuff on the lid and it just sets
Take the paper off in its entirety.
No, they leave.
No, I know what they're doing. I'm telling you,
Andy's
Jill.
now, Jill, switched into a public service announcement paid for by the Andy Lee Party.
Take the paper off in its entirety the day you crack it.
Yep.
You don't need the paper on it. It looks messy if it's on the inside.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you know, I do with yogurt. I just leave the foil flapping around. I don't care.
Yeah, but you've got a whole set of rules that are on the
I
other
could do
side.
this for hours and
We've
hours.
got to go. We've got to go to a
Please
break.
and see. All right, you know what? We can't do it every day. I wish I could. Bank them up. Bank them up. We'll do it again next Monday.
It's Hamish and Andy.
And it's time for everyone's favourite segment. Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Yeah.
He's already tingling. The hairs on the back of his neck are already standing up. If you've not heard this segment before, this is where we try and challenge Ando's preference to have things just so. You like things
somewhat orderly.
I wouldn't say that you have a compulsion to obsessively have things orderly. It's not a disorder. It's just, but it's close. It's close a little, maybe just verging on. You like things neat. You like things, all your ducks in a row. You don't like a duck out of row.
No.
You'll often say, Percy, I've already told you twice.
Can you please
get back in row? You do like your ducks in a row. And so this is where we try and think of examples to challenge you to see where the line is. Because sometimes things don't upset you. Sometimes they do. Already on this segment, over the few weeks it's run, we've had the messy dishwasher.
Yep.
We've had me last week with the passport not in its passport holder.
My mum said this, and she often goes, I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry.
She's the
I
same
feel like
thing.
I'm probably in the minority here of people that are just living fast and loose. Got a couple for you that have happened from my life.
Sloppy.
13 10 60. I mean, this is everyone's favourite segment, so already phone lines are jammed, but call in. 2 from my weekend.
Okay.
One was at home, we were having some snackata crackers.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you know, to open the rice crackers, you hold it up and open it neatly.
Yeah.
Now, I was just in a rush, just tore it open.
Well, don't.
And then I just went, oh, well, no, you can just go away like that. Torn open.
Well, no. They're gonna become, obviously,
Who cares?
a bit stale. Well,
That's okay. I have a stale chip.
no, that's the... Well, you know that I put them in jars.
Okay. Well, I didn't even think of the jar thing, but it was it was a rough open.
Yeah, the rough opens I'm fine with.
As long as I'm putting it in a jar.
Well, yeah, don't put it back in like that.
It's the second one. Over the weekend, I've got a tarp at home, your standard blue tarp.
Yep.
Now, in the middle of it, it got a tear, small tear, probably only as long as a male's thumb.
Yep.
Or a female's thumb, a human thumb.
Yep.
And I thought, I can gaffer this tear back together. I've got a roll of gaffer tape at home. Took off it with easily like a stretch of gaffer tape will cover it. Put the gaffer on. It was crinkly, but who cares?
Yeah,
Still keep the rain out.
No, come on. It'll just look nicer.
Who cares? It's a tarp. It's not a beauty contest. It's about keeping the rain out.
If you put it on nicely.
Who cares? I'm not going to get
did
an
you go
award
both
from
sides?
the
Did
council.
you go both sides or?
No, that'll do the trick. One side. Not made of gaffer.
Everyone gets the point. Anyway.
13, 10, 60. What do you got? Let's upset Andy.
Murray, let's get this started.
Okay, Murray. You got something that'll upset Andy?
Ahoy, fellas.
Ahoy,
you,
mate.
mate.
Yeah, I've got one for you, Andy. I think it might make you a bit upset. But I want you to picture, on your bread bag, the little plastic clip?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so when I use my bread, that plastic clip comes off once and then it never goes back on.
Just twist it up, Murray. Twist,
hang the bag vertically, give it a spin, and then tuck it in underneath.
Yeah, tuck it underneath. Use the weight of the bag, Andy.
You're a bastard.
No, you're not, Murray. Living fast and loose like Big H. That's how we don't get time for no clips.
Why wouldn't you just clip it back on and keep
Don't
it?
have the time, mate.
You do. You've got so much time.
I'm pretty
You
rushed
do
at the moment.
nothing.
I'm practicing for the band. I'm drumming. Time
Exactly.
spent clipping.
Save your bread. Save your bread next few days.
Time spent clipping is time I could be clicking.
Tina,
have you got something that will upset Andy?
Yeah, I do. Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Teen. Ahoy, Teen. What do you got?
All right, so this drives me crazy. My brother will never put the plastic bag inside the bin before he throws something away. He'll just chuck food, whatever it is.
This is a Hamish Blake maneuver, but this is
Not at all, mate. I'm in charge of the bins at my house and I run a very tight bin ship.
I think you've been trained that way then. But,
No. I mean, yeah, then Zoe will put an M&M on my nose and I'm not allowed to eat it till she says go. But it sometimes happens at our house, the recycling bin doesn't get a bag in it.
That's okay.
Just because it's going to be bottles.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind that.
So that would drive a lot of people. That would upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
A raw, but like banana peel and egg and stuff and bin filth.
Yeah,
I'm like,
bin filth. We're both the
that
same
would be your
camp on that one.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
I mean, no one likes bin filth, but if you had some poured on
I think there's
like on your head, that would do you nana.
Jared,
you'd explode.
Jared.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Jared. What have you got to upset Andy?
Okay, picture this, Andy. You're about to go to the loo, doing number 2. You sit down, you do your business, you look over at the toilet roll, and there's one square of paper on the roll.
You'd never get down that low in my house.
Andy throws it out half full.
My housemate, he basically thinks, well, obviously there's this piece still there, so it's still good to use, instead of just getting rid of it and putting another roll. In 12 months of living with him, he's never changed the toilet roll once.
See, that upsets Jared just as much as it upsets Andy, which is fine.
I mean, that's one that would bother you. Do you prefer it overhanging or underhanging, the paper?
Doesn't really bother me.
Cool, man. Welcome to the Fast and Loose team. Fast and Loose.
It's Hamish and Andy.
All right, it's back next week. Ando, it's time for Australia's newest favourite segment, where we find the limits of our good friend Andy Lee and where his neatness and orderliness runs out.
Yep.
And where the line is between the neat side of the fence that you like to play and the fast and loose side of the fence where I like to live.
The sloppy mess side of the fence.
I don't have time for order because I'm moving so quick and I'm operating so free. It's time for this. Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060. Now, to kick things off, Ando, I always like to give an example.
I'll give you one today if you want.
Something.
Something annoyed me before I left work today that my girlfriend was responsible for, and for the segment's open, I'm going to cop it from all angles, from all people.
What upset
May as
you,
well
mate?
send one out to her.
Remember, it's not annoy Andy, it's upset him. What upset you?
With the toothpaste.
Yep. God, you've got so many rules about the toothpaste. I mean,
just
30%.
Press the tube from the bottom. It's not. She keeps sending the toothpaste all the way back down.
You can
the
bring
shaft.
it back up. You sheepdog it back up.
I
You
know,
got strong thumbs.
It just takes a long time.
It doesn't take that
If we're
long.
all
Actually, doesn't
if we're
take a
all
long time.
pressing from the back,
Yep.
we're all saving time. And it's right there.
I'm with Beck. Fast and loose. Get it while you can. Deal with the rest tomorrow.
I sit there clumping a nice bit of toothpaste, working its way out the tube. She
Yep.
comes in and she doesn't even press halfway. She goes right close to the nib.
Yeah. And that's
And
because
sends all the paste back.
she's living for the now. And she's living fast and loose.
She's not living for the us. It's got to be a little bit of a team play.
Well, the thing is, you are being the sheepdog that's trying to get all the sheep out of the paddock at once.
Yeah.
She's just trying to get one sheep. So you need one sheep onto the toothbrush. Yeah. She's actually probably the smarter, more accurate dog.
It's going to come back to bite her, though.
It won't. I've been doing that my whole life and I've survived.
Because she's going to have to do some hard work later down the track.
Let's not focus too much on what Beck does, because this is the chance where I get to throw some things at you too. This is quite cathartic for me.
Yeah.
Hey, Ando. This is one I think might get you. At my house, sometimes if we forget to take the green bags to Safeway or to Coles or Woolies or whatever, or even just the local shops, and we have plastic bags, when I bring the plastic bags back into the house, I keep them, but there's just a gap near the bin that I stuff them into, and I have no order for how I keep them.
You know I like a folded plastic bag.
Wow.
But it's not upsetting me as much as other things.
Well, here's what I do. It's near the bins, right? I've got
Can you see them?
No, they spill out and they squash into the bins and they break it.
Yeah, it's
but I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I jam the bins in harder.
Yeah. Well, I'll get my dad to make you up one of his plastic bag holders.
What do you mean you fold them?
I fold them. I kind of tie them in a knot and fold so they're not just everywhere and they're more ordered in the cupboard.
But how does that save time? Wouldn't stuffing them somewhere be better?
It just saves space.
But
it's not a time base. It's a presentation thing.
It's for when the sergeant comes around and inspects your drawer and make it so you don't have to scrub the toilets with a toothbrush.
Yeah, all right. Get off me and give everyone else a go.
I got another quick one. Okay. Today, you and I went to the ABC this morning.
Yep.
And when you sign in, you go to the ABC as a visitor, obviously. We signed in.
Yep.
And I was doing the signature in for both of us, and you said it was 10:49.
Yep.
And I just wrote 10:50. Does that bother you?
A little bit, actually, but not enough to...
I thought it was interesting that you wanted to go to the minute for our sign-in.
You said, what time is it? And I looked up and it said 10:49.
But you knew I was doing the sign-in. 10:49. Here's another quick one.
Yeah.
Where I keep my shoes at home, I just chuck them in the cupboard. I don't need to put the left shoe next to the right shoe.
Yeah, well, that does annoy me a bit. You're not going to be able to get them quickly.
I don't think you understand how fast and loose I can live.
I do. I've lived alongside you.
13,
Sloppy
10, 60.
and messy, I like to call it.
So many people already getting the idea. Upset Andy. What have you got for him? We are in the middle of Upset Andy. Do you have something in your life that's not quite efficient or orderly enough and would really irk Ando? Ando, you brought one to the table today. You frustrated by your girlfriend not pressing from the back of the toothpaste?
Yep.
Wasting a lot of time in your books. You're not happy with me for not folding my plastic bags.
Nah,
this is not a time saver, but it's more of a presentation issue.
You don't have to fold them. Just don't have them spilling all out next to the bin.
I just don't understand even how you fold a plastic bag.
Well, my ex-girlfriend used to fold them into tiny triangles.
Like a napkin.
Like kind of that big.
Sure. You're showing me a triangle about the size of a frozen phyllo pastry.
Yes. And used to spend time... Now, I thought that was too much.
You're a cool guy. You just rough fold them. But you're an amazing creature, and people are wondering where your limits are. This is why we play Upset Andy, just to see if anything would upset you or if you're cool with it. Sean, what do you got for Ando?
It's not me. It's actually my wife. Some bizarre reason, whenever she buys an aerosol can, be it olive oil or deodorant, she throws the lid straight in the bin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's very upsetting.
I can see a point, though. You don't really need the lid.
Well, that's her reasoning. It's not needed. Why is there a lid there? So it goes straight in the bin.
She's got a point, Ando.
She does, doesn't she?
It bothers you, doesn't it? That's an unfinished can.
It also...
That's a nude lid. There's a nude nozzle.
Can.
Nozzle.
Yeah, I don't know why that bothers me.
It's a nude nozzle. Because it's not like...
I can't give you a practical reason. Most of the time I'm like, this is about efficiency, but this is just probably presentation.
We're finding a lot of the time it comes down to efficiency and presentation. Sometimes it's just about running a neat barracks for Endo. You failed on the presentation side of things, Dave. This is like house rules.
Dave.
Yo.
You got something... Ahoy, Dave.
Ahoy to you, Dave.
Got something to upset Andy?
I do, and I do apologise in advance, Andy, that this probably will upset you, but this is one that also my wife does to me that drives me absolute nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So what she does is she will walk past the bookshelf and pull a book out and then stick it in binder first and tell me to leave it.
That's annoying. Yeah.
It is extremely.
Yeah, I mean, again, it comes down to presentation, but it also comes down to efficiency because you can't see what book.
How many books are you looking for? You've got about 4 books on your shelf. 3 are sports related and one's interviews by Andrew Denton.
And sometimes if it was binder in, I wouldn't know whether it was interviews by binder.
I mean, you don't really have the state library at your house. But no, that would upset it. Even if one of your 4 or 5 books was put the wrong way in.
Oh, yeah, I don't like the books not being... I mean, I like them in... as you can see at my house, I like the books in high order.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. So, but, I mean, I'm not...
There's only about, 7 possible combinations the 4 books could be. Lisa, ahoy, welcome to the show.
Ahoy.
Have you got something to upset Andy?
Yeah, I did a man chore today. I put a door on by myself and I forgot to chisel out the little bit for the hinges.
Oh.
So the door doesn't actually close properly.
Nah, and it won't close properly and it's not flush.
Anything not flush immediately gets Andy's blood
Won't
boiling.
close at all.
Yeah, well, Lisa, I mean, I think a lot of people will be angry about this.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
You've done a terrible DIY job.
A non-closing door lease is probably something that annoys all of us.
But if the door closed properly, but you still hadn't beveled out or chiseled out the hinge, I still would have been disappointed.
Yep, that's not neat. You lose on presentation and you lose on practicality. Lise, are you going to fix it?
I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to prop it up with, something at night when I go to bed.
Good. That's the way I saw his eye twitch. I saw Andy's eye twitch. Well done, Lise.
Renee, last one. Thank you. Renee.
Oh, ahoy, boy.
Ahoy, Renee. You got something to upset Andy?
Oh, Andy, I think I might have a winner here.
Yeah.
So we, our cutlery drawer at home, we broke the separator that separates all the cutlery.
Mm-hmm.
So now we just chuck it all in together.
To lie flat.
Yeah, like everything's all together.
Spoons,
all the
knives,
different cutlery.
teaspoons.
Yeah.
Scissors,
It's just wherever it fits.
You can buy replacements of those. Renee.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Renee, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because
Well,
you're a very intelligent person.
Well, it does, Renee, because they're probably not sitting upright now.
Who cares? What does that even mean?
Well, they're not going to get washed properly.
No, not in the dishwasher, in the drawer.
Not in the drawer.
Oh, sorry, I thought in the dishwasher.
It's a zoo in there. There's no cages for the animals. Free range.
Yeah,
free range
again,
cutlery.
Awful, Renee, because...
It's not awful, because I've run this system at my house before, Renee, and you know what? You're smart enough, you go, I know what a fork looks like, and I find one.
Exactly.
But again,
you're not hiding them around the house.
Wasting time. You can...
No. It's actually quicker, to be honest, because you don't have to separate everything when you're drying it up. You just chuck it on
Chuck it all in, and
I know,
fast
but
and loose.
finding it. When
Fast and
you want a cutlery combination is when you're hungry.
It's pretty quick. It doesn't
if
take...
If you're having issues finding a fork, then you've got more problems, mate.
I mean,
seriously.
Renee's not sitting there going, okay, want a fork. First piece, knife, wrong. Second piece, spoon, wrong. Third piece, another knife. Oh, it's like the Alanis Morissette song. 10,000 spoons. All I wanted was a fork.
Thank you,
Fast and
Renee.
loose, Renee. Great system. Keep it up. Don't fix it, babe.
Sloppy and messy, the two of you. Hamish and Andy.
And this is I've had your girlfriend say to my face, this is her favourite segment of the show, even though it's your least favourite.
Well, that's nice that she likes upsetting me.
Well,
but we're building a relationship on joy and trust.
Sometimes it can be therapeutic to
rag me up.
Well, just for her to hear all the little things that upset your...
No, I'm fully aware that she loves this.
The neat and tidy kingdom that you run at home. And it's not just about being neat and tidy.
No.
It's about sometimes just things irritating you if they're just not so.
Just order for efficiency, please.
Sometimes if things are just a little bit... it's not quite right, that can really upset Andy, which is why we like to play this game. Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060. Okay, I got a bunch I got to burn through. I always have too many to launch things with. You're a silver... We both drink out of an aluminium water bottle.
Yep.
Here, because we don't want to keep buying bottled water. So we fill up a water bottle every day. I got a red one. Adds ding to pieces.
Yep.
I don't care. you've got a silver one. You've tried so hard to keep it in perfect condition. Yesterday, Jack knows this. Yesterday, I was sitting in the office, and you were bothered for a good 5 minutes.
No, not 5 minutes. This has been
a little dint on the side, and it won't stand up straight.
Not a dint on the side. It's a heavy dint that has bulged out the bottom, and now it won't sit flat. It bobbles around.
Who cares?
I do. And
still hot? Does it still hold water?
Pardon?
Does it still hold water?
Not very well.
I mean, it does, doesn't it? It's still waterproof.
It's rattly now, yeah.
But it still can stand on a table. Doesn't fall over.
Yeah.
It's a tiny dent. It's about the size of a Tic Tac coming out the bottom, but it's not perfect.
It now
and it's got under your skin.
On the table.
I know it does.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, mine's all over the shop, but I moved on because
yours actually doesn't wobble.
Fast and loose.
Yours is dented, but it still sits flat.
All right, so that's a great one. That's a great one. So that has upset you, the wobble.
Yep.
We've never talked about this. This is a classic one here that I think a lot of people would. I mean, this again to get people thinking. Is this the kind of thing that would upset Andy?
Yep.
Power chargers. You got a MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
The thought. I want you to tell me how this feels. I sometimes, if I'm in a hurry, just get my whole power cable.
This object starts laughing before it happens.
I sometimes, because I got a bit in my bag that's got nothing else in it, I just get the whole cable and chuck it in my bag. Stuff it in.
Wrap it up, mate.
I don't care.
I know you don't care, but then it's going to get caught in other things.
You know what else I just stuff in? Sleeping bags.
Yeah, but you can buy stuffed sleeping bags.
Mine's not. It recommends you fold it, but I can stuff it in and it works.
Yeah, well, if it's recommended to roll, you should roll.
I don't. Here's one that I was doing the other night, and I went, this will upset Andy.
Yep.
2 bins in my garage. I obviously got rubbish bin, recycling bin.
Yep.
Just from the way I pulled them in off the road, the recycling bin is handle to wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just in a bit of a hurry, so I just pushed the rubbish bin in the other way. So it's handle facing out.
Oh.
So the handles aren't lined up.
Oh, yeah. But the annoying thing is having to get out the other one with the handles. Like, why wouldn't you just have the handle out the whole time? So,
well, I mean, then it opens towards the wall. So what do you want?
Oh, good question.
But you know what?
I
didn't care. I stopped long enough to go, that's out of whack. That'll annoy Andy, but I don't care.
I think I favour, actually, I know what I favour. It's the handles out so you can get them, but for 2 reasons. Actually means the bin can get closer to the wall because the wheels, and so you have less surface area of the actual bin coming in. So when I turn to the garage, it's more room for your car to come past.
Yeah. But I mean, I was just chuck them in however I want.
Yeah, well, you probably hit them more often with your car.
Never do. 13 10 60. We've got so many people calling in. You do get the idea here. Oh, the other one.
I want another one from you.
This morning. You know what? We've got stone bench tops.
Yep.
I don't clean up a milk splash. Black stone, white milk on it.
Yeah, but you're just a grub.
No, I'll clean it up later.
You're just a grub. Do
you clean up water splashes?
I'll clean up any splash.
Or splash Nazi.
I'll give you an idea of what your grubbiness, not fast and loose messiness, is. Mum came round one day and we're all sitting outside we were having a meal outside.
Yeah.
And came down and everyone had left and Mum went, was Hamish sitting there? Because there was stuff all on the ground below you.
Fast and loose.
I said, yeah.
Get it in, boys. You never know when you got to move. I love it. Well, we know where this has come from. Geez, you get penalised in the Lee household if anything slips off a plate, touches the floor. Seen as a real flaw of character.
Hamish and Andy.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy.
Upset Andy is the name of the segment here, Ando. This is where listeners call up and try and name a scenario that they think might violate your very specific set of internal rules for neatness and tidiness, and present a scenario to you that might upset you. And some of the classic ones we've had, like the windscreen wipers stopping in the car halfway across the windscreen when the car gets turned off.
Yes.
That's not the way you like it.
No, can build up grime.
That's the other thing too. You always do like to give a practical reason here. And also, my favourite thing too is this happened last week. I don't know if you remember, Jack. As we got off air, as we would turn the mics off and went into the next song, someone had said that they were just mixing up all their cutlery in the one drawer. Remember that? They're like, oh, we just have knife, spoon, whatever. And you were like, no, I don't like that. And they're like, yeah, who cares? You know, just you can find a fork. After we got off air, you were trying to pretend that you're also pretty fast and loose by going, oh, I have like all the wooden spoons and whisks and stuff together. Like, I don't even care. But everyone has that drawer. Didn't you? You were like, guys, and I have like the potato masher and the pizza cutter, and like, they're still, I don't even care. They're all in the same drawer. And Jack and I were going, yeah, but that's the utensils drawer. Like, no one has a separate spot for wooden spoons.
I was just trying to be part of the game.
No, it was great. It's fun. It's fun.
CJ, do your worst.
Hi.
Hi, CJ. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
Yes, my boyfriend, he is not the neatest sleeper in the world, and he always goes to bed without the fitted sheet properly on the corners of the bed.
Yeah, that's
like they come off the corners, and he just will not fix them, and he doesn't understand why it bothers me.
Is he happy to have 3 out of 4 on?
Probably. He just wouldn't care.
Why?
Like, if they come off in the middle of the night or after we're already in bed and it comes off, I want to get up and fix it, but he refuses to get up so that I can fix it.
Yeah, that's annoying. Dump him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to last.
He's annoyed.
Yeah,
he's annoyed, CJ. See, I'm probably a bit like CJ's boyfriend a bit there. If a 3 out of 4 are on, because I sort of say to Zoe, the whole point isn't it the whole point here we're protecting the mattress. So it's sort of like, you know, if you just grab like a tissue and you're picking something dirty up, like you don't have to put a glove on.
Yeah.
Like it's just loosely
as long as you got
contact. You got, you know, like
you'll
you got
spend more
protection.
time trying to get it back on than if you just did it properly the first time.
Okay, he's upset. Julia, ahoy! Welcome to the show.
Ahoy, ahoy, boys!
Ahoy!
Love the show.
Thank you, Julia. What do you think might upset Andy?
Mine's a bit of a 2-part question. I work at a little coffee shop in Oatley, and we write the coffee orders on the cups with Sharpies. So what happens is a lot of the guys that I work with, they will mix up the different colour lids on the Sharpies. So totally just not coordinated the colours with the lids.
Yep.
Also, in the Sharpie pack, you often get a yellow Sharpie. Doesn't write like you can't really see it clearly on the coffee cup when you're writing the coffee order out. So you might have a yellow Sharpie but with a black lid. So you might think you're picking up a black Sharpie, but in fact you're picking up a yellow.
And he's furious.
Yeah, you had me at the different lids, let alone using the inferior Sharpie.
And it annoys me too. I'm a lot like you, Andy. So
Julia, it's because you're lovely and you care and you're considerate for other people and you want the world to be a more efficient place.
But it's still, I mean, as long as it gets written on the cup, as long as the message gets conveyed, that's efficiency.
But not if she's using a yellow one, you can't see it. Whose coffee is this? Oh, I don't know.
Look harder. Bad eyes. Julia, sorry, can I just ask Julia one more question? Julia, are you one of these coffee shops that has like the name of the coffee shop printed on the paper cups?
No. We've got the bean. It's all about the bean in Oatley.
So when you write the name on the cup, is there a spot where it's easier to read it and harder to read it?
Oh, well, you've got that's a bit of a rule in the coffee shop. You've got to write it under the name of the bean. So it says all press at the top, and then you've got to write the coffee description. It can get quite long.
Yeah, I know Andy doesn't like any writing over things. Like, doesn't like writing on
DVDs, and Hamish will just scribble all over.
People just want a
face.
signature, mate. Just scribble. Andy has some weird thing that we're not allowed to draw on our face, like we're voodoo dolls. Like if I let the dot of the eye on Hamish get on Andy's face, he gets really annoyed about it.
Or Hamish will draw it in black text on the darkest part of the CD cover so people can't even see it.
It's still there.
If someone's lined up for a while to get an autograph, they probably want to see it.
That's why I put it on your face, because it's a clear spot. And oh no, don't put the dot on Andy's nose. What if people are buying this for a picture of my nose? Jordan, one last one. Ahoy, Jordan. What do you got that could upset Andy?
Oh, Andy, I'm sorry if this one does annoy you, mate, because you probably won't be able to change it.
Okay.
When you go to another country and they stamp your passport in the wrong spot, not in order.
The one that annoys me the most about this, Jordan, is not so much that, is if there's a perfectly good spot on another page, they waste another page.
They just open it anywhere.
Oh, it's ludicrous.
And then just pop it, like, not on the side or anything.
Page
just in the
28.
Middle in the middle of a page.
Yep.
So when I'm running out of pages...
this selfish guy from Cambodia has stitched you up.
yeah. So
but you know why, Ando? Because they're processing thousands of people, and they've had to make the call to live a bit fast and loose. They're my people.
Haim, I know what you're about to do.
Well, it's Australia's favourite segment. If for people that haven't heard it before, it's called Upset Andy.
Yep.
You do like things quite neat and tidy. You like them to be ordered. You like them to just be squared away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if something comes along that isn't that, for instance, if someone has a cutlery drawer and they don't have dividers and they just chuck all the cutlery in and the philosophy is, hey, I know what a fork looks like, I know what a spoon looks like, it's actually not poisonous for a spoon to touch a fork, I'll just keep them all in the same container.
Hey, Rowan has emailed in, you can do that at hamishandandy.com, said dedicated podcaster.
Yep.
He said it's changing his life. He started taking on a few of my suggestions.
Right. You don't go the other way, mate. Live fast and loose. You'll have so much more time.
He said it can change the world. Keep up the good work. Hashtag Andy has every right to be upset. One thing that is...
I suppose when you look at visions of the future, everything's super organised and we're all wearing unitards.
And it's efficient.
And that kind of is your perfect world.
One thing that has displeased me...
Speak freely, King.
Is that people go on to... They don't even do the group Twitter. They don't even do our Hamish and Andy Twitter. They target me directly at my Twitter account.
Yep.
With just photos of them living fast and loose.
Great. Thanks, boys and girls. Thanks, team.
So, for instance, they will, during the week, there was a picture of a brand new tube of toothpaste being squeezed
from the middle.
Right at the top. That wasn't what annoyed me. The hashtag was Annoy Andy. And that's not the segment.
A lot of people do think this segment is Annoy Andy, but Annoying Andy is just, hey, smash his windscreen in with a baseball bat. And that will annoy him. But it will annoy most people. Segment's Upset Andy. It's a special birthday edition of Upset Andy.
Yeah.
Let's play the song.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60, or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Birthday edition. So you have to start by saying happy birthday, Andy.
No, you don't.
It's a birthday edition.
It's annoying enough this segment.
Here's a few that I'd like to just quickly ask you off the top.
Sure.
Birthday related for birthday edition. If you were watching me get a birthday present and it's a book, so it's quite neatly wrapped, clearly a book, and I just rip up all the paper. Like I don't undo it.
Quite fine with birthday wrapping. I've never been a reuse
Scrunch
of
it apart.
paper. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's not gonna bother me.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Quick other one. If I made you a card and I had to crop the picture and there's still a bit of white in the cropping, a sloppy crop.
Yeah, and if you cross something out in your card, I'd be a little...
Oh, if I made a spelling mistake?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To start again?
It probably deserves a start.
What if I just scribbled it out and then wrote, whoops, over the top?
Which is what you normally do.
just still get the message, don't you?
Fast and loose.
Fast and loose, guys. Rock and roll.
Nick.
Hi, how you going? Happy birthday, Ando.
Don't have to do that, Nick.
There we go.
It's
legally you're covered now, Nick. You've done the happy birthday edition. What do you got?
It's actually my birthday too.
Oh, Nick, happy birthday to you.
Another Gemini.
When you put a hoodie on and you've got the cord around the hoodie and one's longer than the other.
He's got you, hasn't he? Absolutely slam dunked on you on your birthdays.
Absolutely got me. Hate that, Nick.
Not a fan of it.
Same with shoelaces. You want them at the same length.
Oh, exactly.
Great one, Nick. Really good one. Got him already at a medium simmer. Let's see if we can get him boiling. Jody, have you got something to upset Andy?
Yes, ahoy and happy birthday, Andy.
No need.
Lovely. Thanks, Jody.
Okay, this is a two-part one. It's my husband that does it.
Mm-hmm.
When he's hanging clothes up, he hangs, you know how clothes should all hang the same way? He puts them the wrong way around.
I do like a jacket facing the right way.
So he will face the jacket or the T-shirt or the shirt the wrong way around.
And on a coat hook too, Ando, would it upset you if I hung my jacket the other way, so the lining facing out?
I would just like them all facing the same direction if I could. And
think about this, a coat
hangers, I just want them so they can clip straight on. People that hang them with the inside out, so you push it off rather than take it off. Does that make sense?
Not really, but I can see you're upset, so calm down.
So here's the hook. Rather than hooking it straight on, they send it underneath.
Oh, so with coat hangers. So yes,
hangers.
So it clips. It's just the wrong way.
Yeah.
But it still hangs on the thing.
Yeah, but come on. So annoying when you have to take it off.
But I mean, it's still doing its job. It's still hanging the coat on a rail.
But it's less efficient way of doing the job. I mean, if you're saying to someone, move a bunch of bricks from one area to the other and they do it one at a time, I mean, it's still doing the same thing. Just less efficiently.
If you said just get it done in the day, though, and that's how they wanted to do it. No, fast and loose. Chris, thank you, Jody. Chris, ahoy.
Ahoy, Hamish. Happy birthday, Andy.
No need, Chris, but thank you.
Good on you, Chris. Very nice of you. It's the birthday edition of Upset Andy. What have you got, Chris?
Oh, as a fellow golfer, mate, I just finished 9 holes. And
how'd you go?
+3.
Oh, good.
But
that's bloody good.
Yeah, well, I'll smoked one of the boys, but
good.
+3, clean the bag, whoever's closest to the hole.
Yep.
And what gets me is blokes that don't clean their grooves or the cavities out of the dirt, out of the cavity back, or...
Hey, I'm with you, Chris. And funnily enough, I'm finding this funny because I played golf this morning.
No, mate, we're all finding it funny. This is good.
I played golf this morning, and at the end, at most golf clubs, they've got an air compressor where you can clean your shoes.
Yep.
Spent 10 minutes on it this morning when I came off the court.
10 minutes using compressed air to clean your golf shoes.
Yeah.
Chris, you did birthday to me. Was there anyone else with you?
Yeah, a mate of mine who was getting bored, so got the other one and started helping me.
What a dream come true.
He was like, he knew that I wanted to clean my shoes, and instead of saying, come on, stop doing that, now, he got the other one.
If you got back to the car and then you looked over and you saw that you took them off, put them in the passenger and you saw there's still a bit of gunk on them.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you missed some of the dirt with the air compressor in your golf shoes?
Stupid hypothetical, never would have missed any.
Fast and loose. He doesn't know what it means. Hamish and Andy. Oh boy, it's a Monday. Time for everyone to be happy at the expense of one man.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Upset Andy. And this is where your world that you do like to be between practical and efficient lines gets a bit rocked and pushed outside those lines by us, the people.
Yep.
Sometimes just to see what it will do to you, to see if it does upset you.
The idea of it being outside the lines, for instance.
I picked the analogy deliberately. This is where your computer cord gets wrapped up messily.
Yep.
And you don't like that.
Yep.
And you say, no, why do it that way when you can do it neatly?
Yeah, look, people have been, throughout the weeks, hashtagging and sending things directly to me, hashtag upset Andy.
Vicious. I'm getting a few on my side of the fence on Twitter, just people just going, hey, captain the Fast and Loose team, loving doing this.
Well, a fellow called Tanae, I think, he just sent me a picture of him wearing odd socks. Well, they both weren't even anklet. One was like an anklet black, and one was like a woolly farmer's blue sock.
Who cares, man? It's just fabric, fast and loose.
And yeah, that's a 9.5 for me.
You're not happy with that?
I wouldn't want to be doing that.
Here's one that someone tweeted me, Ando. They put something in their computer, in the USB. Let's take it out again. Don't inject it. Don't eject it. Don't eject the USB.
Yeah, eject your USBs. You might lose your data.
They've been doing it for ages, and it's never been a problem. Fast and loose.
It'll become a problem for them.
Hasn't so far, and they had loving it. Here's one. Can I throw one at you?
Yeah.
Apart from this is one, Jacka, that you were there for. Remember the other day when the whiteboard on the easel was a little tilted?
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't go down well.
That was a 3 on the tilt factor.
Okay.
But we're about to hang something on it.
Oh,
so it was going to fall over.
It might have. But it didn't.
Well, it was a chance to, but we fixed it.
Wouldn't have in my world. Fast and loose. Take your chances. And how about this one? This is when it occurred to me today, and I thought, I reckon this would upset Anna, but I'll just see. On my laptop, I just save a ton of stuff to the desktop.
Yeah.
Easy to find.
Yeah, that's an 8.5. Very clean.
I wouldn't have started a folder in years. Got a nice little jumble going on.
Well, Good luck finding something quickly, pal.
I find it very easily.
I don't think you
just
do.
open it up. Where's that? Oh, because my screensaver is a picture of Zoe and Sunny, and I'd be like, where's that dude? It's on Zoe's nose. I remember that.
13.
It's like pin the document on the face of your loved ones. Fast and loose. Save time with the folders. Your computer's clogged up with computer folders.
Yeah, they're pretty tight, spacious things, folders. 131060 is the number, regretfully, and we'll
get the idea, guys. So many calls coming in. Everyone loving it.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy.
God, we had a lot of great ones come in on Twitter. Can I just give you one more of my favourites?
Sure.
This comes in from alert person of the show, of the People Show, Jenny. She said, I never shut my microwave door. Just don't shut it properly. Open it. What's the point? And she's got a bloody good point, because what's going to happen if it's open? It's just open a little bit. Actually saving time by keeping it open and shutting it when she uses it, and then when it's in resting mode, it's open for the next time.
Oh, well, she might be losing a bit of space.
No, not really. She said, it's, from the looks of things, very easy to walk past. It's actually recessed on the counter.
Doesn't look not very presentable, though, is it?
Well, she's still actually in the military and getting barracks inspections every day. So I assume she lives in her own home and she's paying rent and she's allowed to do whatever she wants with a microwave door.
All right, Matt.
Does it upset you?
Yeah, it's a 6.
But you got to agree, it's pretty fast and loose. It's a good fast and loose way to live, and you are saving time. So I think, Jenny, well done.
Matt, 131060 is the number. Ahoy to you,
Ahoy,
Matt.
Matt. Upset Andy, if you will, sir.
Upset Andy and upset me. Girl at lady at work, absolute madwoman, opens the chip packets upside down. Bottom of the packet every time.
I mean, technically, no reason you can't.
Jeez, Matty, I mean, that's probably a 2 for me.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So you don't mind if, like, the thins is upside down on the packet?
We're gonna eat those.
That's the boy, fast and loose.
Finally, I'm on the other side.
How does it feel?
It felt good, hey?
Yeah, Jedis are nerds. Dark side is the best.
Sorry, Matty. But
Charles.
Got to be honest.
Charles, no, that's what we're here for. We just want to find the line. Charles.
You weirdo, Matty.
Ahoy. Ahoy, Charles. Charles, what do you got? Something to upset Andy?
I put my toothbrush in upside down when I'm done with it.
In what, in the holder?
In the holder, yeah. Put it upside down.
That's almost a 10. That's disgusting, mate. It's
if everyone else is putting theirs up the right way, right? Aren't your bristles just going to touch theirs? If you put it in the right way.
But the residue of all the stuff that's going down, like the extra droplets and stuff, is just a grimy, mouldy thing at the bottom.
No. There's a bit of leeway. There's a little bit of leeway.
Where's the leeway?
The plastic bit at the top of the brush, there's about 1 millimetre between that.
Protects the bristles.
A bristle will hang in your grind, mate.
Well,
No.
If you're loose, isn't it? So.
Yeah, that's right, Charles. If you're a bacteria, Matt, you're not jumping up 1 millimetre to get on the bristles. Charles is right. That's actually probably the safer place to put it.
Tracy.
Fast and loose, Charlie boy. Love it. Tracy, ahoy.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, welcome
Tracy.
to the show. Have you got something to upset Andy?
Definitely. The other day I was hanging some new photos in frames on my wall, and once putting my hooks in, putting the photos up, release them, and the hooks hang above the photos. So you've got all of them exposed.
Yeah,
a little bit of wire.
Well, fix that immediately, Trace.
She doesn't want it. She doesn't want it. You can still see the photo.
Just tighten the wire, Trace.
Can't be bothered.
It looks good. It's a little detail.
It doesn't look good. Yeah, okay. But Tracy, it's a 10. That's awful.
That's a 10?
Yeah, that's a 10.
You've blown his link trace with barely.
Well, that's just stupid, Ham. Why have something nice on the wall if you're just going to ruin it by showing the hook?
You can still see the picture, though.
Calvin.
Calvin, ahoy.
Ahoy,
welcome to the show. Chance to upset Andy. What do you got?
Okay, so you know when you put bread inside the toaster, I don't care which direction it goes in.
Oh, sideways. He'll lie it sideways, Ando.
Yeah, sideways, upside down, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know,
piece of bread.
like bread is bread shaped though. Like it's got that bubble at the top. He'll lie it down on its side. I feel like that would annoy. I feel like if you were saying I'll do toast for everyone, and we were at a breakfast buffet,
I'm going to give it a 4.5 because Calvin, I would probably put the toast in I've put it in upwards, but sometimes it's too high, and you want it when the top doesn't get toasted. So
he has thought about it though, Calvin. Whereas Calvin, what Calvin's really saying is when he puts toast in, he doesn't care. He doesn't think about it.
I care. I want to make sure it gets
We
properly.
know you care. You've got him, Calvin. You've got him. He's trying to pretend to be fast and loose, but he's slow and tight.
Thanks, Calvin.
Good work, Cal.
Hamish and Andy.
Chipped away. Got him.
Hamish and Andy cruising you home. We are on board the Carnival Spirit cruise line, everybody, somewhere in the South Pacific, on top of the deep blue sea.
We really are, Endo. A couple of metres on top of it, but with a lot of boat on top of us, because we're on deck 3 of a possible 10.
Yes.
At the moment, and just sitting here watching the sunset on deck 3 as we sit here in the cabin of the captain, the captain's private cabin. He's given it to us for the afternoon. We're sitting here just in his private library looking out at the ocean. It's wonderful.
Hey, this whole boat's a little bit of a mystery to us, isn't it?
I'm positive there's 85% of the boat I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, last night, I think after we went to the Dance and Dance Club, you and I were like, let's go and explore. Got a bit waylaid at the casino.
Yes.
Then,
and went home after that.
Yeah, we
called Acoustic Robert.
Called Acoustic Robert. And then we sort of went back home. So there's still a lot to see.
Hey, there was a mystery in my room last night.
Who was it?
No, not a person.
Okay.
I was the only one in there.
Yep.
And throughout the night, as the boat began to rock a lot more last night, did you notice that?
Yep.
And that wasn't just us with too many pufferfish drinks.
It was genuine ocean rocking caused by gravity.
Which means a lot of things move in your cabin.
They do. That's life at sea, though, mate.
Yep. And coming from the cupboard/drawer area, there was a real mystery.
A rickety noise.
And I managed to capture it. Have a listen.
Time is 3 a.m, and there is a tapping sound with the rock of the boat that I cannot work out where it's coming from. It seems to be a drawer. There it is. Did you hear that? It's like a drawer's coming out and going back in, but I've wrapped every single drawer in my clothes. And it goes so sporadically that I can't identify it. There it is. I'm looking at the drawer now. There it is again. It seems like it's coming from this cupboard, but I've completely wrapped the cupboard door in clothes. I'm looking at it. It's as if it's Morse code for ha ha ha, try and sleep. Pillow over the head tone, I think.
It's tough.
Did you have something like that?
Yeah, I did 4. I got up twice because there's something at my door out to the hallway that sounds like 2 polite knocks. Must be something that moves like a bit of
Not just you ordering 24-hour ice cream and pizza.
That's 4 polite knocks, and Carlos knows now to come straight in. But it honestly just sounds like this. And I went, oh, who is this? I'm full. And then opened the door and I thought I was being nick-knocked.
It might be the same as mine. I worked out what mine was.
I was going to say, did you look on the back of the TV? There's a loose thing on the back of the TV.
That would be a good suggestion. Mine was the safe. You know how you have a safe? There was a door inside a door. The safe was inside the cupboard.
They do jiggle a bit.
The safe wasn't locked, so it was just opening and closing.
Pop your code in.
Yeah.
What time was that? 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock. Yeah.
I wonder, is this an upset Andy?
Well, no.
It feels a bit like an upset Andy because it is something that upset you.
Yeah.
You are, a tapping noise. I know a tapping noise can be annoying to everyone.
Well,
you know what? I noticed another upset Andy yesterday, and this might be grounds.
Yeah.
This, I think that's a line ball because a lot of people get upset by the tapping noise.
That's regular, yeah.
But this one, if this upsets you, we'll do the segment. For people that know the segment, they'll be itching. They'll be standing by their phones to call 13 10 60. So yesterday, when we left Sydney, when we leave Circular Quay, because you're leaving the country, you have to fill out customs. Yeah. And I noticed on that customs form, because it has specific blocks for every letter, you don't like riding across the blocks. And I think I saw you look at mine, and I write the word. I don't care where the lines are.
Mate,
because what am I?
The lines are there for a reason.
What am I?
To help the person identify the word.
What am I?
An idiot.
What kind of idiot?
Fast and loose.
A fast and loose idiot. Okay, well, I just squeeze anything in there. I don't care. Everyone can read block letters. Is that upset you that I just wrote across the lines? Yeah. Okay, great. 13 10 60. Upset Andy. See if the satellite works. Please call us here on the boat. Do you have something that violates the way that Andy likes things to be? Just a little bit
and a little bit
efficient
of order.
and a little bit ordered. Let's see if we can upset him after this.
It is time for...
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy.
And Haim, we are going to try this through the phones from somewhere in the South Pacific.
Well, this is amazing, Ando. People are broadcasting on their phones from the mainland. Here we are, hundreds of Ks out to sea, but I think with the magic of technology, it should bounce down to it. And we say, ahoy, Isaac.
Ahoy, boys. Sorry to upset you, Andy, but when you do the washing up and you leave it all facing up so it doesn't dry properly or catches at the bottom of the cups and bowls.
Absolutely.
Okay,
that's
well done, Isaac. Thank you. You've launched a torpedo right at Andy and you've sunk him.
That is absolutely a 10, Isaac. Why would you?
No, moving on to the next thing, fast and loose.
I know, but then it's going to take you more time at the other end.
Fast, loose and wet.
Okay. Tom, you've got something for upset Andy. I don't know.
Ahoy, Tom.
Ahoy, Tom.
Ahoy, boys. When I take my headphones out and they're tangled up, I just put them in. I don't bother untangling them.
Tom, another hit and destroy, I think. I can see Andy just really fuming there. That's all right. I know what you're saying, Tommy. Like, if you don't need to be too far away from the music source, keep them tangoed.
You're going to not get the appropriate length that you need,
Tom. Doesn't matter. It doesn't crinkle the music. Like, it still gets to your ears.
It also might squash the cord, Tom, and make that ineffective or perish earlier.
Yeah, just buy another one later. That's all right. I mean, how you get headphones all the time. They're always floating around. Everyone's got pairs these days.
I'm fine.
Well done, Tom.
Ahoy, Millie.
Ahoy, Millie.
Ahoy, boys. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm going to upset the nation, not just Andy. I will use anyone's toothbrush in the bathroom, even if it's not mine.
Yeah, that's just everybody. That's just upsetting everybody.
I don't know. Even in an emergency situation, I'll use those toothbrush all the time. She's not happy about it.
I know, but you're
in marriage. Marriage is the ultimate arena for fast and loose. Sometimes, you're just moving from one thing to the next all the time. You're very, very busy.
It's also known as selfishness.
No, it's not selfish. I mean, if I don't have one at the time, or we've lost mine somehow,
we've lost it. It's a collective loss.
Do you know she has lost mine before? Because when we go away, she's in charge of my toothbrush. Well, because it just saves, we just pack one toiletries bag, because I have a toothbrush and a thing of deodorant, and then she's got all the rest. So she is technically in charge of cosmetics and toiletries, and it has happened. And in that instance, I mean, I'm happy to give her a kiss, so why not chuck the bristles in the mouth? Not crazy. Jack's giving me a big thumbs up, fast and loose. Probably does it with his wife. Okay, Ando. Sorry we couldn't get to this earlier in the week. I know you like it being on the same day because you like things to be ordered.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, go for it.
Look, if you've not heard this segment before, shame on you, because you've missed out on what's personally my favourite segment.
The phones are already
We're getting flooded already. You know the deal.
Segment.
Name something that you've got happening in your life that you just think would rub Andy the wrong way. Some classics that we've had before are people that don't use cutlery dividers in their drawer. They just have one big pile of cutlery. Here's one, Ando. I've got some over-the-head headphones that I use to plug into my iPhone to listen to my jams on.
Okay.
Now, very, very clearly on the inside of the headphone is a big L and a big R. And I don't care which ear I put them on.
Yeah, I normally look and put it on the correct side.
I don't care.
Sonically, you might be missing out. That's fine.
In fact, sometimes I deliberately put it on the wrong side because I know it'll annoy you.
People keep tweeting me pictures of things going down with just the hashtag upset Andy, and one was at a airport during the week where it was just like white tiles and then two grey together, white tiles, two grey together, white tiles, and there was only one grey.
And like you were just twitching going, where's your partner? Where's your other grey?
Who tiled
Where's your buddy? I need names, and I'm going to look into your qualifications and what TAFE you went to.
So, look, I feel I should have rewarded that fellow. It was annoying, too annoying for me to favourite his, to like his tweet, but I will urge myself to like them because I do appreciate the participation.
13, 10, 60, so many coming in. What do you think will hashtag upset Andy?
Nathan,
you got something to upset Andy?
Ahoy, boys. How we going?
Ahoy, Nath.
I reckon breaking the Scotch finger biscuits in half the wrong way would upset Andy.
Yeah. So you don't go.
You don't go on the seam.
You don't go on the seam. You just go down the middle. Yeah, that'll get me.
His eyes twitching. You got him a beauty, Nath. What about a Salada? If you saw they were trying to break it. Yeah. Evenly, and it just shattered everywhere. Unlucky. But if you saw they just approached the Salada and went snap, like I do.
Salada, and it's harder to get that wrong because it's a 4 square. With the Scots finger biscuit.
What about this? I just walk up to Salada, just smash it with my fist, scrape the crumbs off into my hand.
You do stuff like that.
Jam it into my mouth, chomp it all up and go, who cares?
No, but
the biscuit still gets in your mouth.
That's just slob watch.
That's not slob watch. That's fast and loose because I don't have time to look around for perforations everywhere. The world's not divided into quadrants for me.
Jaden on 13, 10, 60.
Great one there.
Ahoy, boys. How you doing?
Ahoy, Jaden. Very good, mate. Have you got something to upset Andy?
Yep. Happy birthday year, Andy.
Always nice to recognise his birthday year.
Thank you, George. Jaden, I don't do birthdays. I'm not interested.
Yes, he is. He loves it. Thanks, Jaden. Good on you. You're in his good books. Can you get out of them with something to upset him?
Yeah, I reckon I have something. Pulling food out of the microwave with like 5 seconds to go and just leaving the 5 seconds on the timer on the microwave.
Yeah, good.
Clear and reset, mate.
Seeing Nah, Jaden, leave it there because who knows? The next time you come to the microwave, you might want to use that 5 seconds.
Jeremy,
really
wrap
good.
This up, please.
Really good. Jeremy, ahoy.
Yeah, so I think I've got someone that will get Andy. So, me and my roommate, we have this rug, and it sits in front of our couch, and it's not stuck to the floor or anything, and we always kick it, and it gets all messed up and crinkled up, and we just wait till it ends up getting kicked into the corner before we flatten it out again.
Jerry, Andy wouldn't allow one kick. No. Let alone thousands of kicks to crinkle the rug up like a dead body. And also say, and I bet I'm right here, if this was Ando's house, he wouldn't do this at someone else's house, but if it's your house, Andy, and you had a rug with a tasseled end and all the tassels were facing the same way and a bit was flicked up, you'd quietly put the tassel down with your foot, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd neaten up a tassel.
Well, yeah, I mean, the tassels are designed in a certain way to be appealing.
No, they're designed to be messy, go everywhere. No. Otherwise, they'd be stuck together.
Anyway, stick around.
Loose tassels, no hassles.
It's Hamish and Andy.
Ando, you ready? For Australia's favourite segment?
Oh.
Everything is neat and practical. 'Cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
Upset Andy. I don't even really need to tell people what this is about because of everything we do on this show. This is what we get bombarded with the most through Twitter, sometimes Instagram comments, Facebook. Pick your social pipe. We get people finding things in the world that are a little out of kilter, an uneven PowerPoint here, a mislaid tile there, a fork in the knife drawer there.
Someone just sent me a photo of a pillar, like on a quite a large building. That was literally just off centre. And yeah, know what the hell on Twitter during the week.
That's it.
So,
and that's upset Andy. And it's not annoy Andy like, came home and someone thrown a rock through the window.
No.
And that annoys all of us.
Yes.
But it's small things. Here's one from Twitter that I wonder if... I'm on the fence as if to whether or not this will upset you. Someone's had a pair of headphones. Now, we've had tangled headphones. We've had headphones in the wrong ears, which I do all the time and I love. And I don't care if the little R's in my left ear. We know that upsets you. In this instance, the headphone wasn't working on one side. And so the guy just cut it off. And
What?
had one of your headphones.
Had a one-ear headphone.
Fast and loose, baby.
Yeah, that's an 11. You're not going to see me doing that.
Right, okay.
I mean, if the cord was nicked and had a little bit of a fray in it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be enjoying that.
What if the cord was nicked and because I've got headphones where the cord's fraying and I go still does the job.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either.
Even just visible cord sneaking out from underneath the skin.
Yep. Yeah, just wrap a little bit of tape around it or
Don't care.
preserve
Don't care.
Okay,
Don't care to let it go nude.
Jordan.
Jordan's already calling in. Jordan got something to upset Andy. Hey, Jordo.
Ahoy.
Or Jordan.
Oh, hello?
Okay, here we're on. Jordan, you got something to upset Andy?
Supermarket, and you go to put your trolley away, and you find that people mix the big trolleys with the little trolleys.
Yeah, that annoys me.
Good one, Jordan. Doesn't really bother me. Trolleys are trolleys, fast and loose.
If I walked in and I was going for the big trolley lane and there was a small one in there,
You'd fix it up.
I'll fix it up to one. I won't go like 3 or 4 deep.
Yep.
But certainly I'd fix it.
We were
up.
at the airport. I don't even know
Just
if
for
you.
the-
I don't
just for
even
the
know
good
if you
of
saw
the-
this the
of
other
the
day.
supermarket, yeah.
We're at the airport the other day. The bit where you get the trays and you put your stuff in. You and I both took trays from one pile, but there's 2 piles, and then the second pile, the top tray was a bit off kilter. And you fixed it.
What do you mean? Where
We're going through the airport security. And
Oh,
so you
yeah,
get
sorry.
your tray
you
to
get
put
your
your
tray to put your computer on and everything.
We both took a tray from the left-hand pile,
Yeah.
and the right-hand pile, the top tray wasn't snug, and you fixed it.
What a
and I
catch.
loved it. 131060, hashtag upset Andy. Come on, guys. I know we can upset him together.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy.
Upset Andy, 131060, hashtag upset Andy, where we explore the world of order and efficiency, and we examine things that fall slightly outside those bounds, and we determine whether or not it's fallen enough outside the bounds of order and doing things efficiently.
Well, we
to
discussed
upset Andy.
We did a bit of an analysis of my psychosis today, didn't we, Ham?
Mhm.
Because Sam here, who works with us, when we go into the car park, you're only meant to turn left. But that's a really long way to get to our car park if you just do
So long.
quick illegal one right.
10 metres of illegal road. Saves yourself
You're fine.
150 of
Yeah,
legal. You're happy to do
exactly.
that?
Oh, love that.
So Anna loves a law break if it results in higher efficiency. So it's not all about just being a straighty 180.
No, it's not.
Sometimes you're a naughty 90.
Sid.
Yes, ahoy, boys. How are you?
Ahoy, Sid.
And thank you for using the preferred telephonic greeting of the show.
Sid, you've got something that might annoy upset Andy?
Yeah, when it comes, we've got 2 windscreen wipers on the car. I'll only replace the driver's side.
This is a 50 on 1 to 10. That will absolutely infuriate Andy.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, Sid.
Yes, it's not a bad.
But think about your passenger as well, Sid. I mean,
Oh, it's only a smur they got to look through every now and then. They're not driving.
You got 20/20 on one side,
Very
and
selfish,
5/20 on the other side. See, I really like it. But the other thing that's curious about Ando, about you, is I know you see over wiping as a weakness. Andy really sees people that are wiping too fast for the current level of precipitation as a hugely arrogant waste of the battery of the car.
and also,
You sometimes are driving through full rain with the wipers off, and he will wait, and then grant everybody one wipe. I'm right, aren't I? You do.
No, it's more just you look like a goose if your wiper is going faster than the rain suggests. Like, you just look like little bit of a panic merchant.
I'm just letting you know on the other side of the
Ryan,
equation.
for instance. Our friend,
He does
he's
wipe
the kind
too
of guy
fast.
that wipes way too fast.
He
too
wipes
early.
at about twice the speed that's necessary. But I'm just saying, I've been in the car with you from time to time where I've lost all visibility of the road because you haven't deemed it time to wipe. I just hope you're on a different situation on your rear.
Yeah. And that wasn't Rear Window.
No, that's on your behind.
Yes.
I just
Robbie,
hope you're a little more liberal with the wipes when it comes to finishing up with number 2.
Very, very thorough.
Or grant my bot many wipes.
Robbie,
Robbie, have you got something to upset Andy?
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Rob.
I don't think mine's as funny as that first one, but because that even annoyed me actually. But I like to leave my bin up on the street, so I don't have to bring it back down every week.
Mate, this is World War III in Andy's books.
You know,
And
last night my brother came round to my house. He's very much like me and goes, "Hey mate, I put your recycling bin back out. I don't think it's been emptied." And I said, "Oh right, I said, what was in it?" And he said, "Oh, the bottles that I put in." I said, "Oh no, I filled it up. They must have emptied it properly." He goes, "Oh great, I'll go down and grab it straight away." It's like,
Again, a huge sign of weakness in the Lee household is the bin being out for more than 24 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Not even 24 hours.
Because we live in the same neighbourhood. We're a Sunday night bin, but I got a Wednesday deadline. I'm too busy. Very fast and loose.
You're not too busy.
Don't have time to upgrade my iOS, and I don't have time to get the bin.
Justine, wrap this up for us, please.
What annoys me, which might annoy Andy also, is people that drive around with the advertisement flyers underneath their windscreen wipers and don't remove them.
We've been pretty heavily focused on windscreen wipers, but I reckon you've hit another 3-pointer, Justine.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of
They
that.
need a no junk mail sign on their windscreen.
The only one I do accept is that I sometimes, if I've got in the car and realise I've got a parking fine,
yep.
I don't want to give the extra satisfaction of going out and getting it. I'll
Yep.
just drive around with that on the windscreen for a while.
I've also been in the car with you where you've seen it as an exciting opportunity to see if you can turn the windscreen wiper on and grab it. So that's probably the one time you'll allow is when it opens the window, literally, to a fun game.
Yes, exactly. Stick around, everybody.
But then I know you get furious because now you've now done unnecessary wipes, which is total blasphemy because it's usually a dry day.
Hey, we've got to look at a few more of the campaigns for our lesser-known Olympians on the other side of this. Hamish and Andy driving you home, Ham.
Uh-oh.
What?
It's a Tuesday, which means we've got to upset Andy because I know if we did it on the wrong day, that would upset you even more.
It floats all the time. I mean, sometimes...
Here, so you've noticed. It's upset him. You like order, you like efficiency.
Hasn't upset me. It's just your whole point is
I'm fast and loose,
null and void.
I'm fast and loose, and I do the segment if and when I can. But to at least start with you with a baseline of calm, I try and do it on a Tuesday so it's predictable for you. Now, this whole segment, if you've not heard Upset Andy before, it's got to be one of our most popular hashtags that we get hit up with on Twitter all the time. It started when I mentioned to you that I run an extremely loose dishwasher and just fling the stuff everywhere. I don't care. It's just a party in there. It's just hot soapy water. It's going to get cleaned.
Well, no, it's structured. The dishwasher is structured to clean. I know, but a dishwasher is manufactured structured. I mean, talk to the guys at Millet or wherever.
I have. They said do what you want. We're so good. They did. They said the water gets everywhere. There's nowhere to hide. Let's kick it off.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Got a couple of quick ones to fire at you. These have come in during the week on Twitter.
Just so you know, someone wrote in about how I don't like seeing people using their wipers.
I hate it. You see, over wiping of a windscreen is a sign of weakness in a man or woman.
Not really an upset Andy, but it's something that
It's a tick you've got. It's more of a Lee family tick.
Someone wrote in saying, since hearing the podcast, and you can always get the podcast on iTunes, very, very cautious, and every time they see someone that's going a bit berserk when the conditions are a bit drier, they get the same feeling as I am.
They go, there's a Ryan. Because we'd have a friend, Ryan, that's... He'd start the wipers going even if he just heard rain was expected. And here's a couple of quick ones. Someone sent in a picture of their gas meter, knowing that it would upset you. There's numbers on their gas meter, almost like a keypad. And I'll describe it for everyone and you. Across the top it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, then star. Then 9 0 in the middle and hash. So it's like it's a 3x4 run, not the standard 3 3 3 you'd have on the phone box and then 0 at the bottom.
I'm giving that a 2.
You've really
not bothering me. I mean, it's not a phone keypad. If someone gave me,
but they need to, they need it. Yeah. Okay, but if you got a phone that had that array,
that'd probably annoy me a little bit more. But all the numbers are there.
Okay, I'll take that. This is from Tracy on Twitter. When someone sends you a Word document and it's got the red and green squiggles in it, they haven't gone through and either ignored or fixed the spelling and grammatical errors.
Yeah, I'll give that a 6. I will accept, though, that some people are going on American autocorrect versus Australian autocorrect, so you're going to have to get a little bit.
But these are people like green ones, the grammatical ones. People they just send it messy as hell.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay, this one will get you. A horizontal break of a Kit Kat, 2-finger Kit Kat. Someone snapped it right across the middle to create essentially 2 mini Kit Kats.
Yes, don't do that.
I do.
You do.
I would get a 4-finger Kit Kat and just bite into it. I don't care where the teeth go. I don't care how many fingers I hit.
13, 10, 60 is the number.
Upset Andy.
All right. This week's batch is in of Upset Andy's. People clamouring over each other. Like, if you remember that PlayStation ad from years ago where just everyone's climbing over each other to try.
I don't.
Remember they built that? It's just a whole pile of humans, like as big as a skyscraper. Everyone just like climbing over each other to get to the top.
Yeah.
I think there was a PlayStation at the top. But regardless of what it was, powerful visual, done with special effects. Yep. But that's what the phone lines are reminding me of today as people try to get in and see if one of their ideas will hashtag Upset Andy. Edwina, ahoy. Welcome to the show.
Ahoy, boys.
What have we got to upset Andy today? What scenario?
When I am transporting my mugs across to the cupboard under the kettle, some are placed on top on the bench while I'm packing the others away, but some are still upside down, some are facing the right way. When I put them in, I don't fix them up.
Yeah.
So the mugs in the cupboard, some down, some up.
Yeah.
Some down, some up.
That's a 9. That's
well done,
That's
Eddie.
not correct.
And that is what this segment's about. Yeah. Ando, he'd love to let you go.
It just wouldn't look very nice, would it?
I don't know, mate. Not to me. I don't mind. Mugs are mugs. Get them when you need them.
Shannon,
fast and loose. Shannon, ahoy. Have you got something that might upset Ando?
I do. So when I park my car, I don't straighten up my wheel.
Huge one. Anything automotive, Shannon, you're in with a great chance here because anything I reckon Andy's going to say something like it puts stress on the steering pin or something. Some sort of made up, like make sure your car lasts 100 years kind of philosophy. Is there another one you got, Shannon? Follow up?
I just wanted to wish Andy a happy birthday.
Happy
All right,
birthday,
stacks
mate.
on. Move Shannon along.
No, that's stacks on. It was your birthday in May. You didn't let us forget it, and now it's still your birthday year. Cause for celebration.
Don't do birthdays.
Sam. Ahoy. Welcome. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy.
Something that my missus absolutely hates. She's out with someone, out at a cafe, whatever it is. She looks over at their phone, got a screen protector on it. There's an air bubble in there.
Yeah.
And you just want to scratch that thing out.
Boom.
Yeah, any air bubble. I mean,
air bubble anywhere, Sam.
Takes me back to primary school.
Cords, air bubbles.
Primary school and high school days of contacting. It takes me back to that.
You miss contact, don't you? Because the world was just a bit better when it had contact. And I
contact
think
still exists, mate.
For the first, but you missed the fact we can't contact stuff at the moment.
Well,
we don't work in an environment where contact.
It's funny because I think screen protectors are stupid.
But early days, you did have one on for a long time.
Yeah, I had one on when I couldn't afford phones, and this phone had to last forever.
20 years.
Yeah,
yep.
But it's a strange. But the funny thing is, a screen protector, I'd go, that's no great. But then one with a bubble, it would definitely bother me.
You did. I remember when you got your first MacBook.
Yes.
People might remember this. The early MacBooks would come with a piece of very, very thin foam between the keyboard and the screen that's in the packaging when you unpack it. You kept that on for over a year.
I kept it on because it was a big purchase. I was worried. I was worried about breaking my computer.
But the keys against the screen would never break it. But you just liked when Andy packed it up, we folded it up. It was actually a floppy piece of foam. Went like
Ryan, the cautious fellow we're talking about, told me it's a good idea because if someone presses down on your screen, it's less likely to break.
Sam, ahoy!
I think we've just spoken to Sam.
Oh, Sammy, sorry, yeah, we've got to go to the news.
No, Jack's lost.
Oh no, Jack's lost our last guy. Oh,
that's
Jack,
right. I'm wrapped with
person.
that.
Oh, no. Ando, it is the time of the week that you can't set your clock by it because that would please you, but you can certainly be fast and loose and see if various things do. Hashtag upset Andy.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
I got one directed to me on Twitter yesterday.
Because they do.
On my personal Twitter.
The hashtag has gone crazy. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
getting tons. Hashtag upset Andy.
Yep.
Sometimes that comes up as annoy Andy. We do have to remind people it's just upset Andy. Andy, like any human, finds things annoying. But sometimes things that are just a little out of kilter.
I'll give credit to one that did get me, did upset me. That came through as a video of this guy drinking a beer, kind of point of view, and he went to put it down on the coaster, and just hovered above the coaster, and then placed it alongside the coaster.
Great, sucked you in. So yeah, non-coaster work has been touched on.
He wrote, could have done the right thing. Nah. Hashtag fast and loose. Hashtag
that's the way. That's the way.
So that is not fast and loose.
It is. Keep those wet rings going on benches and tops and wherever you can get a wet ring happening.
You went to extra effort to not do the right thing.
And a quick one here, podcaster Deanna. She goes, I've actually got two quick ones. How does Andy feel about pages that are stapled together but not aligned?
Oh, that's awful. I will take them. I'll remove the staple.
You won't.
Yeah, I've done that for
sure. Goodness me. See, so many. This is my contention. So many of these things are wasting your time.
Yes.
So fast and loose is just staple it, get it together, man. I'll put a dagger through the top of pages and just get on with the day. I mean, I don't have time to see if they're lined up.
Yeah.
Another one, she in the same kind of stationary category is when you're putting things in a binder, having to punch multiple holes to get it right.
No. I would prefer. The holes lighting up.
You like the council. You like the council knocking back people's applications because they've put a tick when you prefer a cross in the box. Who cares? I've marked the box.
It just looks a little bit. It's more presentable.
Can I throw another one at you? This is coming from. I mean, people are getting the idea, and we're being already phones have lit up. But 13 10 60. If you would like to upset Andy, this is of course where we do it. Quick one from this is going to stab you in the heart, mate. From Jeff the Machine Knight.
Oh gosh,
one of the longest listeners of this show. Certainly one of the longest podcasters. He lives in Canada. Recently in the studio,
he
came to
strikes me
Australia.
though as a guy that's probably a bit more like me.
I don't know. He said he had to open up the back of his MacBook Pro. Something went wrong with it. He unscrewed the bottom. He said when he'd fixed the battery. He maybe had to get a new battery. And he said I had to screw the bottom panel back on. He goes, I didn't screw the screws flush to the metal. I don't know why. I just didn't.
Have another look at it, Jeff.
He says it's fine.
Grab the screwdriver and just have another
He
little
says
look.
he's moving on. He's got other things to do. And he's happy with it. But that really upsets you because I think for you, the more expensive the item, and a MacBook Pro is sometimes the most expensive item.
I was impressed though that he's managed to fix it himself.
But how would you feel seeing a MacBook with a bad screw?
13 10 60 is the number. We're moving on.
And he's just snapped a pencil with his hand.
Cleanly.
And he'll glue it back together perfectly. And this is, of course, where people call up 13 10 60 and highlight something that's happening in their life that might not be quite as orderly as you like it. You're a fan of efficiency and order. We try and find out, where do you sit on these issues? Do they upset you? One we just had before the song, spot on, right in the zone. Pages stapled slightly out of kilter.
It's an 11.
Bearing in mind, they're not obscuring anything on the second page. You can still read everything. The staple's doing its job. It's holding the team together. It's just not holding them together with all the right angles lined up.
In a uniform sense.
A uniform sense. Then during the song, we had a live upset Andy in here. Andy spilled some soft drink that he said went on his computer and said to you, Jack, pass me a tissue. And I went, this will be interesting because 2 little drops went on the table. I wonder if this is just a ruse. Andy wiped down the computer, then wiped down the drops off the table, scrunched the tissue up tight, put it in the glass. I contend that was just so you could wipe the table. Because I didn't see any drops on the computer.
Drops on the computer, mate.
The table got pretty firmly wiped.
But it's also important to wipe the table.
It's fast and loose, man. 2 drops. Tony. 13 10 60. Ahoy, Tone. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
I do. So, when you get home after a long day and you take off your zip-up hoodie like a regular jumper.
Oh. So not using the zip.
Yeah.
Nah, no need for that.
Yeah, pass the loose, bro. What do you reckon, Endo?
And it's low, but I love it. Like, I don't care too much. I wouldn't see someone do that and go, why have you done that?
You'd be interested, though, wouldn't you?
I would.
I know it frustrates you slightly because you reckon it's probably faster to unzip.
I can't really picture it, to be honest. I just love it from tone. Alison.
Just love these thought of it.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, Alison. Welcome. Do you have something to upset Andy?
It drives me nuts, the bathrooms at work. So there are 2 light fittings in the bathroom. One light fitting has a crisp white globe,
Yes.
and the other one has one of those
He's
soft yellow globes.
He's away, Al. He is away. An ambience mismatch is one of Andy's pet hates.
Yes. That you won't see that happening in my house, Alison.
Pure rage.
You're welcome to come around and use the bathrooms whenever you like.
You can walk around like with a professional light meter, and everything will be the correct hue and the correct wattage. Ando, he's one of the biggest proponents for multicultural society and world. Except he absolutely hates regular filament and halogen mixing. He believes there's no point in mixing.
Royce,
what do you think would upset Andy? And ahoy.
Ahoy, boys, and happy birthday, Andy.
Thank you, Royce.
I know how much you love that, mate.
Yeah, you've upset me already. But,
already warmed him up. Now for the knockout punch, Royce, what have you got?
With your watches, the ones that have the little rubber straps, they always have that little loop there to tuck the strap band back in underneath so you don't get it caught on anything. Nah, just fast and loose, just let it hang out wild.
Cut it off if you want. You don't need to tuck that in.
Royce, yeah, that's a 9.
Yeah,
that's that
sketchy. And belts too.
Belts, absolutely.
And Ando, even I've seen you with a belt loop, even if it's doing its job. You like it to be in a better spot sometimes. So even if the belt's tucked in and it's too close to the end, you'll move the loop back to go. That's how you secure the flap.
A little more presentable.
Jaden. Ahoy, Jaden.
Ahoy, boys.
Mate, what have you got that might hashtag upset Andy?
I'm a bit like Andy. I'm a very keen golfer.
Mm-hmm.
But when I play, I just throw my clubs into any random spot in the bag instead of putting them in order.
This might be the biggest one, and he's trying to climb out through the roof, through the air conditioning. He's lost it, Jaden. He's quit radio. He's furious. So do I, Jaden. So do I. And sometimes I actually just I get a belt, speaking of belts, and just wrap up all the clubs and drag them along behind me.
Jaden, think about speed of play here, bud.
Jaden, you're living the life, mate. You're enjoying yourself.
When you've assessed your distance,
you're playing
and you need
golf.
your 7-iron, you know it's going to be bottom right.
You're playing golf and you're not getting bogged down in bureaucracy, and that's why you're kicking goals, Jaden. Good luck.
Fast and loose, boys.
Fast and loose. Swing them hard, and keep getting those holes in one.
Hamish and Andy.
Ando, you've begged me to not do this, and those begs have fallen on fast and loose ears. I'm sorry, sir.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 naught.
Upset Andy, if you've been listening to the show for a while, you'd exactly know how this goes. 13 10 60. If you have an instance of something in your life that violates and spits upon the order, the neatness that you like to run in your life, Ando. Yesterday, we sort of had an almost upset Andy where we examined the fact that you like to have your electric toothbrush, put it back on the spike. I assume you would never have any toothpaste on the spike.
No.
Keep it nice and clean. Take the top off and put it back in its little case next to the toothbrush, because that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, I tried it last night.
Leaving the thing on?
Leaving the thing on.
How was it?
Didn't love it.
I bet you thought you prefer to just see it under the protective plastic case, don't you?
No, it's not so much the protective. It was more just the dribble down. It was I left it overnight. This morning, looked at it and went,
you're going back in the case. You're coming off, brush.
Not for me.
Here's a few from...
One wild night a year is enough.
Let's just, slow it down. You looked at Harleys and you went, you know what? A Vespa is more practical. It gets me to and from A to B.
And more fuel efficient.
Here's a couple we get so many on Twitter, people hashtagging it Upset Andy. I love them.
Yep.
A couple of my favourites from throughout the week. From GMAT, Surf Mats. He goes, this is my kitchen light fitting. Does the job. As you can see there, it's a light fitting from his kitchen that requires 3 globes. Yeah. I'll show you the picture now. All different globes.
Yeah. See, you wouldn't love that at your house.
Of course I would.
Zoe wouldn't love that at her house.
Mate, we wouldn't notice. Fast and loose.
Yeah, Zoe would be all
Let
over
there
that.
be light, and we've got other things to worry about.
I know you probably wouldn't care about it, but others would.
This is one where I'm not sure if it'll upset you or not.
Okay.
How do you feel about when people... This comes in from Ashley Holt again
It's part of the game as well.
on
Sometimes
Twitter.
I'm fine with things.
Not everything upsets you. Yeah, you're not a maniac, and sometimes you are fine with things. I don't know how you feel about this. Now, this comes in from Ashley. She doesn't love this. This upsets her, wondering if it is an upset Andy. When something's highlighted and the highlighter goes off the words. Like it's not actually...
Yeah.
Hasn't highlighted all the words.
No,
so you know what it's trying to highlight.
Yeah, no,
but
that
it's
gets me a little bit. Yeah.
Really good.
That's a medium.
Because what goes through your head there? So do you go...
Just be a bit more...
You had a shot
on it.
What about if they go back and do the double highlight to make sure all the letters have been bathed in highlighter?
Yeah, would have preferred that.
But it gets the point across.
Yes.
Just one swipe gets the point across.
If you're halfway through a word, or the top of a word, might not be easy to read that word. A fully highlighted word, easier.
13, 10, 60. They are coming in. So many.
In the middle of.
We're upsetting Andy. Jack, I'm covering for you.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy.
Oh, Ando, live. I got to throw this one in here before we take calls because we've got a lot flooding in, and I'll try and get to as many as we can. But live tweeting, Patrick McTaggart, Pat McTag, has come in and said, and this I just know is going to get you. I don't even need to ask the question because I know this is right down the ventilation chute of the Death Star, and this will blow you up. This torpedo is going to hit your core and explode you. When a teacher doesn't fully erase the whiteboard and leaves marks all over it and continues using it. An unerased whiteboard. Mate, come on. You drive the whiteboard. You love erasing. You love the neatness of the whiteboard.
Yeah, but I'm only going to give it a mild.
Unerased whiteboard though, but you're always all over the whiteboard and then like doing to-do lists and
Yeah, but if the teacher's in the middle of something, you don't have to.
No, the teacher from the last class has just come in and not really erased it.
Oh yeah, I'll upgrade it to a medium.
Like if we had a whiteboard in here
Perry.
and I went, I'll write some stuff on the whiteboard and I didn't really erase what was on it to start our new thing afresh.
Yeah, medium.
You'd be fuming. You'd be just kicking me in the shins and screaming at me. I'm speaking from experience. Aaron, this is exciting. You've got a live upset,
Just,
Andy.
He's not speaking from experience. I've never kicked him in the shins.
Sorry, Aaron. What's going on?
I can currently see someone driving with their windscreen wipers stuck in the middle of their windscreen.
Driving with it.
Wow.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's not even raining.
Yeah, that's maximum. That's Perry hot.
Windscreen wiper unawareness. I didn't even know how you do that.
I mean, can I also say that a lot of people, and I really appreciate it on an email, have come with me on regards to looking at people that overwipe it.
Yep.
Like when it's not raining hard enough, and the wipers are going furiously, it looks like you're not brave enough.
And is this what bothers you too? Because I had someone come to me the other day, a mate of mine, Mark, and he said, mate, I'm with Andy. Start wiping too early, too dry.
Yeah.
It's just going to be too dry. It's not wet enough.
Exactly.
It's an unlubed windscreen.
Exactly.
So he worries for the dryness and the longevity of the blades. So he's with you, Ando. Tristan, you're going to upset Andy?
Yeah, gents, how are we?
Very good, mate. What do you got?
Sorry, ahoy, long-time listener.
Ahoy, yeah. Thank you for using the the traditional telephonic greeting of the show.
Nah, look, Andy, I hate to bring up old wounds, but I'm going back to the dishwasher. And I know Hamish.
Yeah.
Hamish used to tell you a couple of things he used to do about putting the bowls on the top rack.
Wherever I want.
Mate, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Hamish, what are you thinking?
Okay.
how's this one? My girlfriend's family, they don't actually put the dishwasher tablet in the little door flap.
Yeah, no,
They just chuck it in.
Just chuck it in.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it belongs in the door flap.
Well, it does, mate. That's
We've
what-
moved on.
it's not-
That was for powder.
No, it's not.
That's
You
for powder.
See on the ad for those tablets, they put them in the door flap.
Nah.
This is-
In
Hey,
such a way as if to
brand-
go, we've just chosen to put it here.
Brand new dishwashers are coming out with door flaps.
It's for powder.
It's not
It's
for
a
powder.
hangover from powder. It's like seeing the ashtray in the toilets on the plane.
Yeah.
It's, for the olden days. Taylor.
Ahoy, how are you?
Ahoy, Taylor. Can you upset
Happy
Andy?
birthday, Andy.
Yep.
You've pleased Andy.
Go for it, Taylor.
So when you're typing on a computer and you realise you've typed half your thing in caps lock, but you just send it anyway.
No. Yeah, that's Perry hot.
Gets the message across though, Taylor.
No, it doesn't.
We're
Very-
too worried about appearance of emails these days.
Feels like
If
you're
you were in
yelling-
a
it feels
if
like
you
you're
were in
yelling
a
at someone.
if you were in a war situation, you
Yeah, I
just
might
get the
flick it off.
telegram away.
Exactly, but you're not. You're not in a war situation.
Never heard to live your life that way, that fast and loose.
Daniel,
ahoy.
Ahoy, boys.
Mate, have you got an upset, Andy?
I certainly do. So whenever I'm using anything that's plugged into the wall, I'll just pull it straight out of the wall and not even turn off the switch.
It's a yank out, full power yank out.
I'm going to give you
That's right.
multiple points here, Dan. If you
He
pull
yanks it by the cord
if
too,
he's
Andy.
yanking
He
it by
doesn't
the
care
cord.
about. He doesn't care about cord health.
If he-
Yes, he's got him twice. Double points, Dan. A double play.
Don't yank it from the cord, mate.
He doesn't care. He's got
No
this.
time.
No time, Dan. That's right. No time. No time, Dan. Fast and
You've
loose.
got plenty of time.
No,
Dan.
you don't, Dan. Dan and I are catching up later.
My guess is, Dan, are you at uni?
Yeah,
You
mate.
got time,
No
mate.
time.
You've
No
got
time, man.
Hey, Dan, what did you do
He's
today?
laughing the laugh of the truly free, Ando.
Dan, what did you do today?
I'm actually on break.
Yeah.
Yank those cords, baby.
Oh, Dan.
Pull them hard.
Dan.
Pull them.
You'll hurt yourself.
Dave, we can do this all day. Dave,
Time for
ahoy.
one more. 'cause
Time
we
for one
get
more.
to Renee Zellweger and Patrick Dempsey.
Dave, what do you got?
The worst thing that happens, and happy birthday, Andy.
Thank you, mate.
The worst thing that happens on a cold morning when someone gets in the passenger seat of your car and the front window's all fogged up, and they just use their bare hand to wipe it all off.
A bare hand wipe, Ando?
Yeah, no,
I bare hand wipe.
I know you do. You've done it in my car.
An elephant never forgets, and an Andy really never forgets.
Thank you, Dave.
I wipe
Yes.
with my fingers.
Again,
feet.
very hot. We came home real hot. We had triple hotness on the last
Does
three.
does the trick, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't do the trick. It really annoys me. Anyway,
That's my bare hands.
Renee Zellweger.
I'm good with my
Patrick,
hands.
Patrick Dempsey are coming up after this, everybody.
Sorry, mate.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Can I say, if anyone is sending me direct on Twitter,
I love 'em.
the picture of the
The circle. Yeah, we got a lot of those last week.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, no, interesting. I didn't think it would. That's why I didn't bring it to the table. I got a bunch of those too, and I think we did to our joint account.
It's like it's a circle, not properly,
not finished.
Not finished. It's fine.
Yep. No,
So-
it's not the kind of thing that upsets you.
No.
This is, though. This comes in, he put his name at hamishandy.com as Shrumpy Larson, although his email address is andrew.chilver. I won't say at what. But Shrumpy Larson writes in, "Hey, boys, quick one for Ando. When I'm given coins as change, I just chuck them straight in the note part of my wallet.
Oh, awful.
Naturally, the coins slide into the crease of the wallet, making it hard to close. I don't care. I've got no time to rearrange them." There's the image.
Yeah. Awful.
Does that upset you?
Yeah, that's hot.
Okay.
That's Perry hot.
13 10 60. I mean, everyone knows what we're doing here. If you're brand new to the show.
As soon as you play the jingle, we've run out of phone lines.
If you're brand new to the show, it is our favourite part of the week. Upset Andy. 13 10 60. You have something in your life where you think, you know what? I'm too fast and loose to care about this, but I know it might upset someone like Ando, who does like things neat and tidy, efficient. You like efficiency. Yeah. Had a bunch coming in. I had two actually come in about. I mean, I've got so many. This is the bit where I struggle to give them to you because I don't want to upset you too much. 2 coming about lawn mowing.
Oh, yeah.
One, which was someone that said, I don't move the furniture. I just, the lawn furniture, just mow around it. Or try and mow under it.
That's hot.
Another person that wrote and said they don't have any lawn furniture, so no obvious obstructions in their backyard, but they don't mow it in a grid or concentric circles pattern. They just
go about it.
Just start mowing. But just literally, as he said, I just mow around, and if I see a tuft, I'll mow over to it. I've got no idea if I've done the full lawn.
If I saw him doing it that way,
you would be absolutely.
I'd be. Mildly annoyed, but the
Andy, if I could suspend you in a cage over his backyard and you were gagged,
you'd
be rattling the cage,
yes,
indicating to him a good grid system to take.
But if I got to the house and the outcome was the same, maybe see a few mow lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us how this gets you. Shane Robinson, he's a podcaster from America. He said, I got some stuff that's going to upset Andy. He goes, when I change the batteries out of an appliance, I never throw them away. Just leave them lying around at the end of my coffee table. Never know when you might need 3 seconds of power. Hashtag fast and loose. Said, do not put a rubbish.
Very hot.
Do not put a trash bag in small trash cans. I just chuck anything in the middle. Quicker to just tip them into a larger bin when you're emptying them.
That's a mild.
Okay. When bugs get on his windshield, he says, windscreen for us, he just cleans them off the driver's side only.
Yeah, no, do both sides.
Doesn't organise his toolbox. Tools go wherever they land.
No.
Don't care if things rattle around in my truck. If a CD is in the door making a noise, just turn the radio up louder. Now that's a man. He's in a rush. He's got stuff to do, and he can't be slowed down by these niggling bureaucracies.
Really,
the CD one
really would.
He doesn't care about a rattle.
Oh, I care about a rattle.
Good luck getting through. So many, but please upset Andy.
Dean, 131060.
What have you got, Dean?
Hello.
Yeah, Dean, go for it. Upset Andy.
Yeah, sorry. I popped my Panadol out of the punnet just randomly. I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4 next to each other.
I love the idea it's called a punnet as well.
Punnet, yeah. Punnet Panadol, thanks for that.
Dean, that is annoying. That would annoy me.
Even if you're just having 2, Dean, will you pop 2 out that aren't neighbours?
Oh, yeah, one from opposite ends.
Yeah, that's frustrating, Dean, because if you have a packet and you are pulling them out to see how many you got left, if you see one at the top, you're like, oh, great, I've got a full packet.
Yeah. No, you don't. Not if you're at Dean's house.
Not if you're at Dean's house.
Got to pull them all the way out.
Again, it might affect your inventory. Your stock
Sometimes
take.
when I've got 2 packets, I'm out of the separate punnet.
No, you won't.
Yeah, he will, because
Why?
he's got other stuff he's thinking about.
Well, it's less efficient.
Well,
You
he
have to
doesn't
open 2
care.
packets.
He's not thinking about that. He's
Dean,
using his
yes.
brain for something else. Fast and loose, Dean. Love it.
It's a hot one, that one. That's a hot one.
Chris, ahoy. Welcome to the show. Chris,
Ahoy, lads.
You got something that might upset Andy?
I do. I had a barbecue on the weekend. I had hamburgers, sausages, chops, steaks, and I just throw them all on the grill wherever they go. I don't line them up. As long as they all fit on there, I don't care where they line up.
That's right, Chris. Heat's
just get it on there, cook them up.
Yeah, it's all heat.
Well, Chris, that's disappointing. Particularly when it comes to the sausages, Chris.
He's not angry at you, Chris. He's just disappointed.
If you line them up, you can have a roll method, which is very much easier to obviously handle the barbecue.
Nah, treat each sausage as its own entity, Chris.
Fast and loose.
Fast and loose. Once it's on the barbecue, it's just all hot, mate.
Yeah, that's not me, Chris. And yes,
you
that
run
would
a
be-
very
that is
tight.
upset.
Andy runs a very ordered
Medium-
barbecue, Chris.
Medium to hot. That
Andy, basically, Chris, imagine if you were to go to a very neat butcher's and look in the window. It's that level of order, but just on a hot plate.
Thanks, Chris. Glenn.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Glenn. You got something that might upset Andy?
What about when you're wearing a T-shirt with a jumper over the top, and at the end of the day, you just take both off in the one go and shove it in the laundry basket? Or even better, if you're going to wear it the next day or something that's not dirty, you try and put them on and they're still together.
Yeah, love doing that.
No, Glenn.
You don't do that?
The laundry basket. Well, no, I don't often wear the same shirt 2 days.
Sally, same clothes.
But yeah, the laundry basket one's a real kicker for me. That's hot.
That's very nice, Glenn. Great move, though. Good time saver. Fast and loose. Bobo.
Yeah.
Bobo, ahoy.
Well, it's not a time saver.
Ahoy, boys.
Hang on. Back to Glenn. Back to Glenn. It's not. No, I won't be wound up by the producer either.
And
It's
we
not
have a bite.
It's not a time saver because...
I think it is.
No, because... So does he put it in Did he put the shirt and the jumper in the washing machine?
Yeah, wash them together.
Okay.
And dry them together.
Dry them together, do
Yep.
you? And then you only wear them together? At
Yeah.
some point, you have to take them apart.
They're like Turner and Hooch. They're partners now. They only work together.
Bobo.
Sorry, Bobo.
Bobo. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bobo, we're with you. You got something that might annoy Andy? Upset Andy?
Yeah, I bought a car about 2 months ago, and I got a big bird crap in the middle of the bonnet, and I just haven't been bothered to wash it for the last month.
Doesn't affect the performance, does it?
No.
Well, it affects the appearance, Bobo. And you've got and you said it was a new car?
No, new.
Yeah.
But it would have been detailed when you bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll annoy me.
What colour's the car, Bobo?
Silver.
Nah, less annoying.
Less annoying than black.
It's pretty dark.
Is it
is it a gunmetal grey?
No, the poo's
no,
dark.
light silver.
Is the poo dark? The poo's dark.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right. If you just joined in, just doing a bit of what colour's the car, what colour's the poo with Bobo. Pretty good. Thanks for the call, Bobo. Some terrific upset Andys. As always, keep them flying in on Twitter. We'll have to wait till next Tuesday to get to them. Hando, I'm sorry, my friend, but it's a Tuesday. And there's certainly the least I could do is give you this segment in a reliable spot. Keep it neat and tidy, always in the same spot. I mean, that is nice.
Get into it.
Because otherwise it would upset you if it was in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Inefficiencies, discrepancies, impracticalities, poor etiquette.
Time-saving measures.
Time-saving measures flaunted. Time-saving measures ignored.
Yes.
And efficiencies spat on.
Yeah.
These are a few of the things
These
that
are a
upset
few
my
of my
friend
least
Andy.
favourite things.
To kick things off, Ando.
At the end of the year, to that song, we should compile every single one we've got.
Jeez. I mean, we'd had to go for a week.
Yeah, that's fun.
We could
take the rest of the week.
We could honestly do, I mean, in our final week of this year, of course, we're going on tour as a band.
Yeah.
But I mean, the week before, that whole Friday could just be a Upset Andy catalogue. I suppose, we get that off. Now that you mentioned it, we would be sharpening up for the tour. So, anyway, today, good idea though. Pop it down on the minutes, Jack. Today, as always, people are weak on Twitter. Hashtag Upset Andy and go, tell us if this had upset the great man. Ben Pep, tell us if this upsets you, Ando. It might not have happened for a while. He was got in the car and the seatbelt didn't properly retract.
Oh, yeah.
Just kept driving.
Nah, sort that out.
Just driving.
Yeah.
Obviously not too much, but back in the day, before people might remember, before retractable seatbelts.
Yes.
You could have lived in a time where you had to tighten the belt depending on the size of the human in the car. You would have been freaking out.
Strict on it, yep.
You would have been absolutely hating it. You would have said, all right,
if I saw
our mate Aaron, for instance, you hop on my back left-hand side, you can't go shotgun because the seat's not, car's not
The thing is,
appropriate.
if I saw someone doing it, I'd be like, that's fine.
You just wouldn't
but if
stand for it on you.
I wouldn't stand for it on me. So it's a kind of a lukewarm, that one. For
Okay,
me.
Connor Hughes.
Yep.
I know this one will get you. When he goes to the airports, these days at airports, if you're flying domestically, you do your own luggage. Prints out the sticker for your baggage. You know where this is going.
He doesn't stick it accurately?
Well, yeah. You have to loop it through the tag and it sticks back on itself.
Yes.
He goes, I just scrunch it together. He goes, I don't care. I don't even try and line it up.
Less of a chance of it being scanned properly.
He says he's never had a problem. Fast and loose. Doesn't have time to waste lining up the corners.
Again, I personally wouldn't do it that way.
I've seen you put it on. I've seen you get furious at 2 millimeters on Bartley's back.
Seeing other people, not so big a deal.
I've also same
I give you
category,
one
but wristbands. To get
I do
into,
like them.
It just doesn't work for you if they're not lined up properly.
Stickiness might pull a hair.
Wrap it around the other side.
And here's a couple off internet that I would like to put as hot. Peri hot.
What do you
got? This is from Chris Oosthuizen.
Yep.
When fast forwarding between the ad breaks, he doesn't rewind back if he misses the start.
Just gets the gist.
Yeah.
Fast and loose, baby. Got other
Don't
stuff
like
to
that.
do.
And if the microwave timer does not match the oven timer.
I got another one from Sarah. Yeah, Sarah on Twitter.
That's from Zach Miller.
In her car, she's got a TomTom, like a third-party GPS. She said the difference between the TomTom GPS and the dashboard clock is always a minute out. Doesn't bother her.
Correct that.
Doesn't bother her.
They're hot. They're white hot for me.
131060.
People have
we have got a giant amount of calls here. We'll take them next.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy.
Here we go. Pouring in on the phones. 131060. Ahoy, Jack. Jack, have you got something that may bother Andy in the sense that it violates a law of efficiency or practicality?
Ahoy, boys, and happy birthday, Andy.
You're off to a good start, Jack.
Okay, Jack.
Yes. So, with your sauce bottle, sometimes you can get like a clump stuck at the top there.
Yep.
Yeah, just keep squirting. It'll come out eventually.
Yeah, man, fast and loose.
Jack.
Sauce can't beat you, Jack.
Mate, you'll end up with like a dirty bit of sauce that's kind of rotting and going off. It's not still sauce. Mate. It's not fit for consumption.
No, it's still sauce, Jack. Okay. And the thing is, the good stuff's gushing past it anyway. Too fast, you would think, for the bad sauce to even touch it. Good on you, Jack.
Ben,
keep living fast and loose, boy. Ben.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Ben. You got something?
I work at a bottle shop, and all of our beers, we have 2 6-packs facing the front of the fridge.
Yep.
If one of them already has a single taken out, another person will come up and they'll take a single from the other 6-pack.
Oh,
leaving 2 damaged 6-packs.
Does that get you, Ben?
It gets me to hell.
Yeah, it gets me as
Hate
well.
it.
I used to work at a bottle shop as well, Ben, and then we since moved all the bottles so no one could actually grab them themselves.
It is slightly more convenient to take a bottle in, like when it's in the 6-pack format, to take one from a 6, with 6 in it, because you got more leverage against the rest of the pack. So I probably do that, Ben. I just don't have time to really, assess all the bottles that are in there.
Lincoln,
Ahoy,
got
boy.
one? Yep.
Ahoy, Lincoln. Something that might upset Andy?
So a friend of mine, she the cutlery drawer is actually the second drawer from the top. The top's the Glad wrap.
He's lost it, Lincoln.
Lincoln,
We've just had the medical staff of the radio station come in. They're taking his pressure and his temperature now. His eyes are rolling back in the head. There's a pen light under his eyes. The doctor's screaming, give us your name. What's your birthday?
That's disgusting, mate. Surely you don't subscribe to that, Lincoln?
Look, I don't like the system.
Yep. But it doesn't bother you that
if
much.
you're always wrapping things. And
who's wrapping more than using cutlery, mate? No, he's not. I'm not.
Use your hands, wrap it up. That's what she's saying.
Corey.
Good one. Very good, Lincoln. Corey. Ahoy.
Ahoy, boys. How you
Ahoy.
going?
Very good, mate. Have you got something that could upset Andy to the...
I've actually got an upset Andy and an upset Hamish.
Ooh, give it to us.
What one would you like first?
Give us the Andy, because
we can finish with the record, mate. We've never done upset Hamish, so...
Why not? Okay. So, Andy, first of all, do you have a PlayStation or Xbox?
I've got a PlayStation.
Okay, so say for argument's sake you're playing Tony Hawk and you find that disc, and FIFA is in the thing. You just put the FIFA disc in the Tony Hawk game.
Yes. No, I wouldn't do that.
So, if you've got 10 games, it might take you eight cases to find the game that you're after.
You'll find it, though.
But you'll find it, and bust and loose, I say.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Corey. Yeah, that's...
Good system, Corey.
That's a piping hot. Don't do that. But what's the upset Hamish?
The upset Hamish is when your best mate won't let you forget when his birthday is.
Yeah, that does... No, it doesn't upset me. I'm just so used to it now. I mean, I can't imagine a reality without that, because it's every day we have a staff meeting in here, Corey, and we're reminded that the celebration's not over. We pray for the day it is, but...
Don't do birthdays. Corey, you've had enough time. And everyone, stick around. We'll have more of this enjoyable show after the news.
Here we go.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 131060. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
And this, of course, is where people are able to call up and propose to you a scenario from their life that usually violates the laws of practicality and efficiency. Two things you hold very dear to your heart. You just like things done in a proper way. Quite often it's a presentation thing.
Certainly my preference.
Certainly your preference. Let's just, we get so many of these during the week on Twitter with the hashtag Upset Andy.
Yeah, thank you for all those.
Going to throw a few at you. Here's one we get commonly, but I don't know if it upsets you or not. Do you have an issue if people leave the volume on an odd number?
No.
Like on 29? Yeah, I didn't think that would upset you, but it definitely upsets some people.
People have been writing and going, see, that's quirks.
Yep.
Do you know, we're in a different category here.
But
that's
one.
kind of, that's... We talk about OCD, but that's a quirk.
That's just more of almost a superstition.
No,
and that doesn't upset you because it's not inefficient and 29 is a valid volume.
In fact,
sometimes you might need it at 29.
I'd prefer if 29 was what was required.
I'll tell you what would upset Andy if it just if the volume in the car went up by 2. Because Andy would go, well, why can't I go to 29? Why do I have to go 28 to 30?
Exactly.
Here's one that I think will get you. Who's this sent in by? Sorry, I've just gone to the photo. Pat, really appreciate it here. Standard street scene markings like the bike lane, solid line. It's gone over a manhole cover. They've obviously had to take the manhole cover off. They've put it back on there, but line the line up.
yeah, that does annoy me a bit.
Because they could have.
Yeah, they should have. If the manhole should be lined up so the line goes
because the paint's on the top of the manhole. But I look at that and I go, look, you guys are busy. You got it close enough. Near enough is absolutely good enough when it comes to manhole covers.
13 10 60 is the number.
No harm, no foul.
People are already calling, so I didn't even say it.
Upset Andy.
This comes in from Kim Ando. Let me just fire a couple from email at you. I mean, I got to rush to get through them all because so many people nominate so many things each week.
There's other weeks.
She when she got paper that needs to go into her binder, she doesn't hole punch it, just stabs the ring binder through. I do that.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Fast and loose. Good on you, Kim. Now you've saved some time, you can learn some more stuff at uni.
Untidy. Poor presentation.
More room for your brain.
The chance of you using a binder is so low anyway.
A few people that live in states with daylight saving have also gone just spending 6 months of the year doing the maths on the clock, not changing the clock, just knowing that it's 1 hour ahead or behind.
Yep. That's very, very hot for me. Don't do that. Aisha,
have you got something that would upset Andy?
Yeah. Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy. Aisha, what do you got?
I don't save any phone contacts in my phone.
His head's blown off. Aisha, Andy has half of the Australian population in his phone. The ABS could have just come to Andy for the census and gone, you've got the most up-to-date record of all the citizens. Because Ando's been keeping the same contact list since he got a phone.
First, second name, what company they work for, and if not, where I met them.
And he's got a dossier.
Oh, well, of course, you've got to have all that.
He's got a total dossier.
Do you have that, Aisha?
Look, no. I have one contact saved, and it's my sister's.
And so what if you have random people what appears to be random people texting you the whole time?
Yeah, well, when you open it, then you know who it's from.
Fast and loose,
No,
babe.
you don't, because what if someone says, hey, do you want to meet for a beer?
No worries, see you there.
They're not going to...
Probably, if they're messaging you that, they've probably messaged you before.
Oh, so you just go off the chain, off the previous messages.
Aisha, that's incredibly stupid.
That is light speed and so loose.
No, it's not faster because you have to go back. No, it's not because
She's just not thinking. She's moving too quick.
You have to go back through your chain and work out who it is. You have to decrypt every person.
She doesn't have a spare afternoon to catalogue their names.
Slow and loose. Oscar.
Hi, ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Oscar. Have you got something?
Happy birthday, Andy.
Thank you, Oscar.
You already got 1 point on the board up. No, you would have upset Andy if you didn't wish him a happy birthday. He is obsessed with his birthday. Oscar.
So when you go to a communal bakery and then there's communal tomato sauce, so people think it's a great idea to ram the nozzle of the tomato sauce inside the pie. When they pull it out, it's got all of their cake grim pie all over it.
Yeah, I hate that.
Me too.
Yeah. See, Oscar, you're ringing up to try and make fun of a situation. You're also perturbed.
I'm on your level.
Yeah,
I suppose that would annoy a lot of people, but Oscar, I wouldn't be too bothered.
My dad does it. It's the worst.
Yeah. Oscar, do you take a napkin and try and clean it off and restore?
Yes.
Yeah, same, mate.
That's what I have to do.
Andy probably asked for a little cup of boiling hot water just to get it nice and clean.
Thanks, Oscar.
But hey, guys, it's all pastry. It's all
well,
fun.
you know I don't sauce my pies.
No, you don't.
But I still am frustrated by the situation.
Nikki, your heart bleeds. Nikki.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, Nikki. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you
We
got?
live in far north Queensland, and people run over cane toads, so they're flattened on the road.
Yep.
If the line markers come along, they don't take the cane toads out of the way. They just mark around them.
Oh, they mark around him.
They mark around them, so you've got these little bumps in the lines on the road.
They don't just run over the toad and just leave a patch.
No, don't do that. Well,
It actually
look, some
annoys me
could.
more.
I haven't seen that. I've seen them go around.
See, Nikki, I was going to be fine with him just going over them because we can't expect the guy to try and clean out the cane toads before he, as he goes. But the fact that he's going around them and creating a not straight line, I'm very
That's
bothered
right.
by.
That's right, and then that's permanent. So if the cane toad does ever get scraped off,
Yeah.
that bend in the line is still there, and it stays there.
At the moment,
It's like
just
a police marking.
Yeah, police marking.
It's a little memorial to the cane toad. That upset you, Endo? That's got you?
Mild.
Oh, it's a road
Medium.
marking.
Yeah.
This stuff gets you big time.
Yeah.
Even a street sign being a bit crooked can get you.
Yeah, it's up there, but I still going to give it to Aisha, because that's the
No
simplest thing.
context is the wildest thing we've had on this segment so far. Keep them coming in. Hashtag Upset Andy. More next week. Ando.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling?
Well, my 10 minutes I think's up from 10 minutes
Oh, you're
ago.
back in the band?
Back in the
You're
band.
back in the
I
band.
got
So
kicked out
sorry-
of the band for 10 minutes.
Sorry.
I know we had a bit of fun in between, but
to do this to you, but it's time to upset you. And
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
Upset Andy, if you've not heard the segment before, you're in for a real treat. Of the two of us, Ando, you do like to see efficiency and order. You like to see things done the right way.
Yep.
You like to see things done with a good splash of common sense. Yep. Even if that means taking a little more time to make sure things are right and ordered. Whereas I perhaps live a little faster and looser.
Yes.
In the
sloppier and messier.
In the cool lane, as you are going in the
Wobbly
sensible
lane.
lane. Speaking of cars, though, we've got so many that come in on Twitter, and thank you to everyone. We try. I mean, the hashtag Upset Andy just by far on Twitter is probably a global trend every single day. This was from Josh in the last 24 hours. Wife has the e-tag, gets a new e-tag for going through tollways. Popped it on upside down and slightly crooked underneath the old one. There's the picture of it there. How's that make you feel?
That's awful. That stinks.
Really experienced players of Upset Andy know that a way to get sort of like 4 extra damage points on you is
there's
car-related.
Two misdemeanors there, isn't there? Just not removing the old cradle, and then putting the other one on in a non-ordered fashion. Yeah.
Do you know how many? This is even one I was going to bring up, but now that we're talking about cars, I need a parking permit for my street to park on the street, and I've got a few. It gets replaced every year. Do you know how many parking permits I've got in my window? I've got one current.
You're not taking the other ones off,
and the
are you?
skeletons of 5. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, not great.
How would you get them off? They're pretty hard to peel off.
Nah, they're all right. The yearly ones, they're simple. You should be able to just get a little spatula and get underneath.
Right, sorry, I don't have a spatula in my car. Speaking of sticky things, the other day I was using some sticky tape. Just a bit. I had a lot of stuff to do. Didn't have really time to fold back the end.
What do you mean?
Like on the sticky tape reel, I just used the sticky tape, cut it with scissors, and just let it go completely back on the reel without folding back a tab, so you could take it off next time.
Fold back the tab.
So you peel it off. You enjoy the challenge of next time finding the end.
Yeah, not a problem.
Interesting one, because I think you back yourself as one of your skills. You think you can always find the end of tape.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go, guys. That's the boundaries. That's the goalpost. So many calls coming in now. We'll take your calls in a couple of minutes. So many, Ando, come in during the week on Twitter. These are the things in life where just a little left of ordered.
Yes.
Just not quite right. This is a classic, comes in from Mitch. In buffets or like make your own salad bars that you might see at like a scissor or something. If they have a plastic container on top, they have a hole for the spoon. Like say you're spooning corn onto something. People that don't put the spoon in the hole and just place the lid back. Now, the lid's back.
Yeah.
The spoon's still in there.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
I'd prefer it in the hole.
I know you would, big guy. I know you would.
Certainly not.
I know you would.
Not a killer for me though. That
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I'm
yeah.
just for me.
Yeah. I'm not. I wouldn't fix it up.
Okay.
Can I? In the buffet realm though, if a crouton was in the peas, like someone had dropped one on the way through, I'd remove the crouton.
You'd fix it up.
Yeah.
If there was a napkin nearby and you were, say, spooning beetroot onto your plate at a salad bar and you had a beetroot spill, you'd wipe that up.
I'd wipe that up.
But I look at that and I go, hey, that's someone's job and I don't want them to get fired because if you got time to lean, you got time to clean, so you got to give them something to clean. 131060, Trav, you got something that might upset Andy?
Ahoy, boys. Happy birthday, Andy.
You got him already. Mate, what do you think upsets Andy?
All right, so if I'm at gym and I want to rack 40 kilos, I'm happy to put like a 20-kilogram plate on one side and maybe 2 10s on the other on the barbell.
Yeah, I mean, you and I aren't really gym guys, Sam, but
that'd annoy you.
That'd definitely annoy me,
And
Trav.
and Trav, was the 20-kilo plate available?
Well, it is, but it's a bit further away, so I'm like fast.
Who's got time for that? No one's got time for that, Trav. Fast and loose, baby. The number one motto for lifting weights. Fast and loose.
Max on 131060. Max.
Ahoy there, Hamish. Hey, Andy.
Ahoy, Max. Mate, have you got something that might upset Andy?
I have. You know, you've got a car park next to the street. Well, doesn't really bother me if I come in nearly, not quite perfectly diagonal, but definitely not straight into it. And I don't mind if the back right-hand side of my tray hangs out into traffic just that little bit.
Yeah. That's the top of the range.
You got him.
One.
You've absolutely got him right in the guts there, Max.
Max, don't have a wheel touching the line.
Yeah, Max.
And just make it easy for the rest of us to try and get in.
On the line is definitely out for Andy. He plays reverse tennis rules when it comes to parking.
Thank you, Max.
Paul.
Change your ways.
Paul. 131060. Paul, have you got something that would hashtag upset Andy?
Ahoy, gentlemen. Yes, I do. Look, when I go get the new car air freshener, I put it over the indicator and don't replace the old one. So I've got about 6 on one side, 7 on the other.
Juice up that power, Paul. Make it smell like a whole forest in there.
Absolutely. It might be a bit of freshness still in the old one.
Yeah, that's it. You're wasting the old freshness. Paul, who's got time to throw the old ones out? Not me, not you. Fast and loose, baby. What do you reckon, Ando?
Super annoying to have all those hanging through there. Also,
they're just hiding each other. Like, it's not getting in anyone's way.
Damien,
You wouldn't hang one on an indicator, though.
I wouldn't even hang one.
Ever.
Not an air freshener guy. They don't look the greatest for me.
It just violates the. Have you ever? Would you say no? Nothing hanging in the car?
Nah.
What's getting you there?
Well, they dangle around, and it can be in your peripheral if you're trying to see something.
Is a peripheral policer here, guys? Get down and don't have anything. So as a swagman, you'd absolutely hate a cork hat. It'll drive you bonkers.
Has a purpose.
Now we're back in purpose trumps the dangle.
Exactly.
Damien, as much as I want to talk about the rules of the dangle, Damien, wrapping it up, 131060. Sorry to everyone we haven't got to, but have you got something that would hashtag upset Andy?
Ahoy, gents. How are you?
Very good, mate.
That's the way. I do have something, and by the way, happy birthday, Andy.
Thank you so much for taking the burden off us, Damien.
No,
Can I just say to anyone who is an acquaintance of mine, it's not my birthday, don't text me tonight. The amount of people that text me my birthday's in May. I don't actually celebrate birthdays.
You absolutely do. You force us to celebrate it all the time. Thanks for your help, Damo.
The amount of half listens to people I get a text each night like, hey, happy birthday, mate. One was on a big group one with 14 people the other week.
Hopefully you got
the best one was from your father.
Yes.
Damo,
Dad will fall for this.
What else would upset Andy?
Oh, I've got a pretty good one. I don't evenly thread my shoelaces when I have to rethread them.
Hang
I don't
up on
have
him,
time for
Jack.
it.
Hang up on him. Jack, get rid of him. Thank you.
If it does the job, Damo, I say.
I'm not speaking to you, Damo.
If you get the laces through the holes and they provide a minimum level of tightness, you've done your job. Move on with your life. You've got too much stuff to do than worry about threading your shoelaces.
Let's hear a hit, please, Jack.
And it's a Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday? Yes, it's a Tuesday. If you're going to do a day-based reason, it doesn't hurt to just quickly check what day it is. I restate. It's Tuesday, which means we got to do this.
Everything is neat and practical. Cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
A lot of people, obviously, throughout the week submit Upset Andys. Through Twitter, through Instagram, through our Facebook page, on email. 131060, though, now is the number. If you have something that you think would hashtag Upset Andy.
A good one came in for me on Twitter, and I don't acknowledge any of them, really,
Sure.
because...
that upsets you just to see it.
But when you get wooden chopsticks that are joint at the top and you split them, and one of them gets a bit of a shard and the other one carries a bit more, so it's not a uniform split.
The bias split.
Yeah, that annoys me.
Understand. While we're on small wood-based things, had one the other day, matches. If someone lights a match, lights a candle, puts the burnt match back in the
I hate that. Yeah, that's
right up there.
That's a peri-peri.
But some come in that don't upset you. I had someone ask me verbally in the street the other day. They said, "Oh, hey, ask Andy about this." And I got the feeling like they weren't sure, and I wasn't 100% sure either. I said, "Yeah, look, it might." At the airport, they have the flat travelators on the ground.
Yeah.
Does it annoy you if you're walking with someone and they don't go
Use
on
it?
the travelator?
No.
Or does not going on it annoy you?
Nah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've been with Andy and we've travelated together. Sometimes we've stood on it and not walked, and we've enjoyed the rest. So you're kind of out of the ballpark there. But 131060, do you have something in your life that's maybe just a little off square, little off neat and tidy, little off efficient? We'll find out after this if it upsets Andy. 131060, people calling in with examples of little things in life that are a little too fast and loose for Ando's liking. Or
sloppy and inefficient.
Or your cutlery in one drawer. The time you save sorting it is just cherished family time for me. At the end of each day, I hug my family for a very long time going, I've got more time in my day because of my fast and loose practices.
No, but when you go to get it...
haven't wasted time.
That time's wasted because you can't find the
sorting
knives
my cutlery. I know what a knife looks like. I can always get one very, very fast. Pairs 131060. Mate, ahoy. And have you got something that might upset Andy?
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Pez.
When you're making some eggs, you crack the egg open, just chuck the eggshell back with the fresh eggs in the carton and whack them back in the fridge.
I think that's just going to blow it. He's going to blow his lid straight away.
That's awful.
It's actually not crazy, though, is it?
It is crazy.
No, it's not, because it's actually a time saver. Because it's quicker to put those dirty eggs back in the carton, and then I assume, Pez, once you've got 12 dirties, you throw it out. Yeah.
Well, Pez, I'd be putting more eggshells in the compost.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do that at the end. You just chuck them in the compost after they've sat in the fridge for a few days. Who cares? It's natural, mate. It's chickens. It's just chickens. Fast and loose. Pez, really good one.
Very hot. Pez, that would get me. I'd hate that. Ebony,
ahoy.
Ahoy, boys. When I let my 3-year-old son Bentley put his shoes on the wrong feet and leave it for the day.
Yeah, that would annoy me, Ebony. It probably annoys your son as well. It's very uncomfortable.
Not really. Kids hardly know. I put the wrong shoes on Sonny all the time. Zoe notices. Mums have a good radar.
Nick.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, Nick. Have you got something that might hashtag upset Andy?
Yeah, when you start a new roll of toilet paper and it doesn't quite tear properly, but you just keep going anyway.
Catch up. Fast and loose, Nick. Rip it off, wipe it up, get on with your day.
The other thing that really annoys me, which I correct every time with the toilets, is with plies. Sometimes the plies can get out of sync.
An unsynced roll.
So you can actually peel back like the top ply of the one sheet, and as you go around, it gets further and further away from itself.
Yeah.
Have you noticed what I'm talking about? Does that make sense?
I mean, but I don't care because you just get a scrunch a loose amount of coverage. Give it a wipe.
Well, I'll unwind the single ply, but 3-ply to connect it back to its home, so you're getting the actual 3-ply sheets.
Meanwhile, I'm off learning a new language, putting my time to good use. Speaking of which, Georgia, bonjour. Ahoy, Georgia.
Ahoy there. How's it going?
Very good, Georgia. If you get something that might hashtag upset Andy to the level of an out-of-sync ply on a toilet roll.
I believe so. So this is something that my dad does that really annoys me when you're fast-forwarding and you choose the slowest fast-forward setting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like a 2 times fast forward through the
Yeah.
ads rather than the more traditional
I'm with you, George,
6,
but-
12 or 32.
It's just too slow.
Yeah, it doesn't kill me, that one. I've actually been accused by my mates of being too slow on the fast forward at times.
Because I think what you're trying to do, though, is you make sure you're on an 8 or a 16 to come into the...
Yes,
to
I
hit-
feel like
hit it
time
straight on.
lost. If for those 30s out there, the times 30s, they always go past, then spend ages trying to get back, or they don't bother going back, which is a worse crime.
Well, it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I always forget. But no, it's Tuesday.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
Little things in life, and just a little, something not quite square, not quite flush, not efficient. Something just maybe flying in the face of order.
Showed you one on the weekend when I was around at my auntie's house.
Oh boy, yeah.
Showed you a photo of my dad sitting on the couch in front of a wall that had a lot of picture frames up there.
I couldn't see it, to be honest.
It was impossible to identify which one of them was straight. There was probably 15 different frames.
Yep.
I don't think they got a single one right.
I liked
To the point where it was...
I liked the effect.
It's
I got to
actually-
say, as a fast and loose dude, I really liked the effect of it. I was like, cool effect.
Yeah.
For
It
family
looked like
photos.
something out of a Lemony Snicket's type film.
Yeah, looked like it was an optical illusion designed to make you fall over.
Anyway, yeah,
I
that
thought it was terrific. But
yeah.
it upset you?
That upset me a bit. But to give you one that got sent in via Twitter at #UpsetAndy, which people come and thank you again for sending them relentlessly
God,
to
we
me
get a
throughout the week.
flood. I'm going to try to get to a few here.
One that I didn't give two hoots about was someone dropped their coloured paper clips and just put them all back in mixed bowl of paper clips, and I don't care about that.
Oh, you don't care about that. No, you support rainbow paper clips all the way home.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's something you will
They're
care
like,
about.
I didn't quite coordinate them. It's like, big hoop. Big whoop.
That's crazy town.
Yeah.
You're not crazy
Not
town.
crazy.
You're just very ordered.
Yeah.
This comes in from a guy called James Penman on Twitter, and I like it because it reminds me of another one too. Everyone knows pump water with the pop top. Someone's had their pump, squeezed it to get maximum water in, just put it down, still squeezed. Has that gotcha?
Yeah, that gets me a lot.
That's annoying.
That's annoying. Yeah, so they've put this pop top back down. It's still in a squeeze position.
It hasn't popped back out to the perfect cylinder.
No, and it's so obviously it's created a vacuum and it looks terrible.
I saw one on the weekend that I know would get you as well.
Yeah,
Also water based.
It's same with on the flights.
You don't
as the
like it when
pressure-
things crinkle
the pressure
things?
crinkles. Yeah, I'll just release the pressure a bit.
Just can't have a crinkle in your zone, in your area. Here's one that I personally saw this on the
The
weekend.
bottle looks in pain.
It's fine. That's actually what it's designed to do. And who's got time to make sure it pops back out? Not me, mate. I got stuff to do. Everyone has be aware of the normal Mount Franklin water too, just to show that we're playing water favourites here. Normal blue bottle, but sometimes you get the pink McGrath Foundation lid. Now the bit when you twist the cap off, there's a pink rim underneath on a normal water bottle tap. So 2 bottles together. It was a couple sharing a bottle. Somehow one guy had the pink one had the normal one. The girl had the normal one. They put their caps back on. So sitting next to each other was
Opposite
the blue
caps.
rim, pink lid, pink rim, blue lid.
Wouldn't bother me.
Really?
Yeah, that wouldn't.
Think about it.
No, I'm thinking about it.
Pink and blue.
Maybe we're finding that colours aren't really getting me.
Bit
because
colourblind.
the-
Jack's got a good one. This will get you.
Okay.
Just a quick one before we go to the break.
Nice to see you piping in from over there.
And welcome to Fast and Loose team. Because I never know with Jack if he's more of an Andy or more of a Hamish.
Yes.
Cutting my fingernails with the fingernail trimmer. Try to keep them in a neat pile because going to put them in the bin later. But if one flicks off in a random direction while you're cutting, I don't go and chase it. Just leave him on the ground. Get him in the next vacuum.
Get him in the next vacuum.
That's fine, isn't it?
That's not great, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, when I'm cutting
I've
something,
seen
it's just
you- I've
pinging
seen- I
everywhere.
know. I've seen
It looks
you in
like
your
someone's
own.
firing a machine gun and those shell casings are just going everywhere.
All right, people get the picture.
I'm like a bloody Gatling gun.
1360.
Fast and loose. Fast and loose. 1360. Do you have
Something
something?
gross.
Hashtag upset Andy. It's what vacuum cleaners are for, mate. Stop
Yeah, but
insulting
you're not-
Dyson and give it some work.
You're not vacuuming every day.
I try to. I do try to. Craig, ahoy. Thanks for calling.
Ahoy, boys.
Cragos.
What do you
Do
got?
your best.
Something that might upset Andy?
Well, if I'm serving a big bowl of carbonara and I see the serving spoon handle slipping towards the food, I let it go fast and loose into the food. Someone else can pick it out.
Oh, me too, boy.
Yeah, that's not great, Craig.
What environment are we doing group carbonaras in, Craig?
Yep, definitely.
No, sorry, which environment? Like what? On a camp or something?
No, friends and family.
Yes.
There's always going to be serving after me.
Yes,
so-
a family function where you've got a big,
So the
big
next
pot
guy
of
just
carbonara.
has to pull it out and get saucy hands.
Yeah, that's what napkins are for, yeah?
Yeah, pass the list, man. You got other stuff to do. You got garlic bread to get.
You're not a team player, Craig.
And has that upset you, Endo?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Aiden. Ahoy, 131060. Aiden.
Ahoy, fellas.
Ahoy, boy. What do you reckon might upset Andy?
Well, when you're tying your shoelace and one of your bunny ears is longer than your other.
Yeah, that annoys me. Even them out. And the best way to even them out is start with two same length laces on both sides.
Aiden, that's a subcategory of this one.
Exactly.
I said to Andy, I bought you some new shoes and I've laced them for you, my lord, and I handed them to him with noticeably uneven laces, he would have me beheaded by morning.
It's got to be within a centimetre.
Jeez, that's pretty close.
Yep. Yep. I know how close it is. That's my one.
I can't change the rules, mate.
Off with his head.
Amber, my lord, I thought 5 would be acceptable. Amber, ahoy. Welcome to the show. You got something to upset Andy?
Yeah, so you guys are familiar with toothpicks, I'm guessing?
Very familiar with them. Well, no
Okay.
more so than the average man. I mean, back in the day, I stuck a lot in a potato and pretended it was a spiky-haired friend, but, everyone did that. So, yeah, pretty familiar with them.
Okay, good. So I work with a lady that's not. She actually uses the corner of her cigarette packet to get all the white gunky bits out of her teeth.
Oh, right. So she knows about toothpicks. She's just not familiar with
I've
using them.
educated her, but she's just decided they're not for her.
Creative toothpicking, Ando.
Yeah, you and I both do this. You know that, sorry, Ab. I mean, this one doesn't get me because anything to get it out. If someone was walking around with something in their teeth, that'd annoy me more.
But
you and I normally use a receipt.
I've used some horrible stuff.
Yeah.
Because I got quite a large gap on the bottom that, I mean, if I have pork or lamb or any of the famous stringy, sinewy meats, I know for sure about half an animal's going to get stuck in this gap in my teeth. I get down the bottom. So quite often I use money.
It doesn't, yes, I've seen you use money, which is gross. I'm
That's all right. Someone else can deal with it.
I'm worried. I mean, it doesn't thrill me that Amber's friend is just then going on and carrying the cigarette case around. I'd prefer to use an item that gets thrown out immediately. But Natalie, let's finish up with you because I'm sick of this.
Natalie, ahoy. I'm not sick of it. I could do this all day. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good, Nat. Have you got something that could upset Andy?
I think so. On the weekend, I was putting some photos into an album, and when I got to the end and I went through it, I realised that I had missed a whole page. So there's an entire double spread without photos in the middle, and I'm probably just going to leave it.
So let it go. Let it go, Andy. Let's see.
Send it in and I'll fix it up for you.
Natalie, not a joke. The Lees are renowned archivers and scrapbookers.
Send it in. I'll fix it up for you, Nat.
You've really landed a missile right in the heart of the millennium.
Yeah.
Oh, the Death Star there, sorry.
If
The
I
millennium,
won't do it, my dad will sort it. It's
because
really not going to be a problem.
You fly in the face of a well-kept scrapbook, which is a Lee family hallmark. And also come from a proud line of dairy farmers. Dairy farming, scrapbooking. We're the Lees. Good night. It's time to ripple your universe, Ando, to disturb the order that you would much more prefer.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 0.
Ando, so many people throughout the week will tweet us or send us stuff on Facebook. Hashtag it upset Andy.
Yep.
You've found one? You've found one in the digital, one of the social pipes?
Difficult for me to avoid them on Twitter as
They
they
do
flood
bombard
in.
you.
This one came in from an @brad, and he's simply just sent through a photo, and
He knows what it's doing.
This is nuclear for me.
So he's quietly pulled the pin out of the grenade, dropped it, walked away.
I'll show you the photo.
Yeah. Now, I look at that and I go, I've seen something like that very recently in my own house, and I don't care about it.
I'll describe the photo now. It's a Milo tin, and he's removed the top tin.
Yep.
And there's that alfoil top.
Foil membrane.
The foil membrane that instead of peeling it off in its entirety, he's just stabbed through it with a spoon.
Yep.
And gets his Milo through.
How do you do it?
You peel it off so it's nice and level, and so you've got access to the whole tin.
Do you cut it open like with a knife or something, or do you just peel it off?
No, just peel it off.
And that takes ages. But this way with a spoon, you also don't get the fun of stabbing it with a spoon.
You
if
stab
you peel
it, you can stab, and then you just peel it all the way around.
He's got time for that, mate. As long as the Milo's coming out, it's doing its job. I say, really good one, B-Rad. Fast and loose. I mean, you get the Milo out. Maybe later you might. Usually with the cut and thrust of a spoon, the spoon going in, the spoon going out, the foil will just come off anyway.
No, it
come off
won't.
It's nature.
On the way out, the Milo will clip the foil, and you end up with excess Milo sitting around, and then it sits on top of the foil.
Maybe you have to dig a finger back in there if you need to open up the hole, and then you get a bit of bonus Milo on your finger. Here's a few more, Ando, quickly from that have come in on Twitter. Pete's let us know on Twitter, when he's on his computer, he just opens up heaps of random browser tabs, never really closes any tabs down till he sometimes has as many as 100 browser tabs open. He goes, I just reset it all when my browser crashes. Are you closing tabs, are you?
Oh, yeah. Because if you're going to flick between them, you're going to flick between 100?
Yeah.
Everyone knows the shortcut to flip between tabs.
No, but he just has heaps of different windows open on his browser, so he just doesn't care what he's got.
Yeah, that's just annoying, man, because you're not going to find what you need.
Yeah, it's fun to go back sometimes and go, what's this still doing open? Oh, God, yeah. Y2K shelters. I was Googling that. That was a long time ago. Here's another one. Speaking of computers, how do you feel? This is another one that came in off Twitter, a screen that's not a touch screen with heaps of fingerprints over it. This person's workmate just refuses to clean their screen and will touch their screen often, and it's clearly...
Yeah, well, you know the answer to this one because...
Anything to do with computer cleanliness, you're all over. This is the man that kept the very, very thin foam between the keyboard and the screen for years to protect it as he closed down the laptop on your MacBook.
I don't do that anymore, though, do I?
You've lost it. You've lost it somewhere along the way, but I wouldn't be surprised if in your own time you have a silk hanky or something that goes between the keyboard and the screen.
I like a clean screen.
Okay.
It makes viewing things easier and better.
Yep. All right, 131060. People are coming in with them. We do have to go to a song, and we've got more after this. I've got another picture to show you. That's more of a marketing situation.
Okay.
This will be an interesting one, though. I reckon the one after this song will be a line ball. And right now on Facebook, if people go to our Facebook page, I'm streaming you on Facebook Live.
I don't know
so
what
people
this is.
can see your face.
This is annoying.
Be upset live. Man, I'm watching the feed now, just lots of little thumbs up floating everywhere.
Okay.
A couple of love hearts.
They're
floating in a scattered pattern, though, which would upset you.
They are getting the treatment that you would get, Ham, in the studio. We've actually put it at eye level.
In front of my face, pointing at you, so it's a perspective of...
It's just how you feel.
How upset you get. Here's a picture, Ando, just before we get to the phone calls, and they are flooding in, where an airline has done an advertisement, like plain red background. Then there's a can of drink, a bowl, it kind of looks like ramen noodles, just a bowl outline with steam and some chopsticks in it. Then a cup of tea outline with a tea bag hanging over. Just describing it for you, because it's sort of going, have complimentary tea, coffee, juice and water on your flight. And so it's trying to outline that. But the lines overlap each other. Does that bother you? You can't tell if one's in front of the other?
That's a design thing. That's all right.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just a little note there to Nicholas, who tweeted us just now.
Sorry, bud.
Doesn't upset him. Doesn't upset him. There we go.
Jake, 131060 is the number. Jake, do your best.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Jake. What have you got that might upset Andy?
First of all, happy birthday, Andy.
You've got him. You've started off well.
Don't do birthdays.
If I'm in the shower, I just finished cleaning myself and I dropped the soap. I've already cleaned myself. I'll just leave it there till next time.
Bingo.
Okay.
Smart. Smart. Save yourself a bend down. Precious calories.
Fast and quick.
No, that's silly, Jake, for a number of reasons. Obviously, it's disgusting to have the soap just sitting there.
Why is it disgusting? Because it's soap and nothing can grow on soap. It's immune from germs.
That's not true.
It's the opposite of germs.
You're also wasting your soap.
Nah.
Yes, you are, because it'll get soggy.
Yeah, but mate, Jake, are you with me here, bro? Fast and loose.
Fast and loose.
You're gonna waste.
Costly,
You're gonna waste some soap in your life.
My
You can't spend your life worrying about shards of soap. You just can't. You got to move on. Collateral damage. Rachel, ahoy! Welcome to the show. You got something that might upset Andy?
Ahoy.
Ahoy!
Ahoy, Rach.
Yes, I absolutely hate it when people do not get butter, get butter on their knife nicely. Like, they don't swipe the butter nicely. They, dig it like they're digging out a hole.
Stab it. You mean dig into the tub?
Yes, and it's all messy and not nice and smooth.
Yeah, I
So
do.
mad.
I do
You've got him.
prefer.
You've got him.
a,
I didn't think you would have raged, but I've seen it in his face.
I prefer a clean approach to the butter. Opening up a butter tub and seeing, look like Mount Everest and it's aligning
and the foothills.
The foothills, not great.
I find that exciting. Good one, Rach. Josh, 131060. Josh, ahoy. You got something?
Ahoy, fellas.
Ahoy, Josh.
Might upset Andy.
When someone puts a YouTube video on and they don't move the mouse.
Yeah, he's got me.
Yeah, a mouse right over the action.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very small percentage of the screen, Ando.
Yeah,
but you leave the bar at the bottom going.
Exactly, the bar's up, the mouse is there, the bar's running. Everyone
Quite like the bar,
no,
because you know how much you've got left to go.
That's not
Can I
true.
just shock you? I do like the bar.
You don't like the bar. You're just going with Josh. Bella.
Ahoy, Bella.
Ahoy, boys. How you going?
Very good, Bella. Welcome. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
Well, I think that if you've got 2 cartons of milk in the fridge and one's open and you open the second one before the first one's finished.
Yep.
Yeah, improperly managed fridge, Bella. You're right in the zone.
Exactly.
Here.
Can I throw another one in the mix? Can I throw another one in the mix for this?
I'd say any white good, whether it be fridge, washing machine, dryer, or dishwasher, anything going on inside that machine that's not to the letter, for some reason, really grinds Ando's gears.
Bella, the other thing that I'd throw in the mix here, finish the first before opening the second. That's just, a very
What
simple
if you know
thing.
you're going to finish the first? Sometimes if I'm making Sunny's bottle and there's just a bit left, I'll have 2 open at once and I like to pour them together like it's the Cabriat.
If you know you're going to finish, that's fine. Okay. It's just, if you have one that's in there, it's a little bit left and another one. The other thing is if anyone's there and opens the one with a use-by date that is not the closest.
If they're two unopened
There's
ones.
2 unopened,
yes,
don't do that.
you like things being in the right order.
Well, just give yourself an extra couple of days.
No, enjoy it. Chelsea, we'll take one more. Chelsea, there's so many to get through. Ahoy, Chelsea.
Ahoy, boys.
Chelsea, you got something that might upset Andy?
Yeah, when someone writes on a Post-it note and they do it on the wrong side, so it sticks to nothing and you have to touch the stickiness.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, you
That's
still can stick and fold if you want.
Then it's all it's a bit elevated. It all ruins the system.
But they're just idiots, Chelsea. I mean, they don't obviously understand Post-its and the way they work. I feel sorry for those people. It doesn't upset me, that one, as much as I just feel sorry for these people in life that they can't manage a regular Post-it note.
It doesn't bother me too much, Chelsea. Thanks so much. Keep coming in.
No surprises there.
Hashtag upset Andy. God, we'll do it again next week. Well done for everyone watching the Facebook live feed too.
Hamish Donald Blake.
Best part of the song.
And Andrew Thomas Lee driving you home.
Yeah, we don't know if I can do the full version.
Just thought I'd trial it.
Interesting because you just said, "Hey, we're running a bit behind." And so you've done our full names, and then I accidentally started talking about my favourite part of the song. Quick pause while I learn how to knit, and then we'll get into this. And I suspect I know why you were stalling, because maybe your senses are tingling because you know that I've got a hankering to do this.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60, or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Upset Andy, the time of the week where we ask people to highlight small inconsistencies in their lives. The thing that kind of probably draws a line down half the population. Some of us are on one side of the fence, fast and loose. We don't care. Other side of the fence is going, no, I would prefer that to be a little
bit more ordered.
A little bit more ordered, a bit more efficient. I almost just saw one live here. You dropped, I didn't know what you were doing under the desk. You dived under the desk. I thought you were hiding from the segment. You dropped your water bottle lid. And you couldn't wait till the song or the break to pick it up because
so I get it.
It represents a disturbance in the force for you that the lid is away from the bottle.
I must say, I mean, when it comes to...
Phones have gone bananas.
I feel
13,
like...
10, 60.
You know, I know I'm getting painted as slightly anal in this segment. I think it's all dedicated to that, which is not...
You squeegee your shower.
It's not helpful, you know, in other social settings.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, it might be giving people the wrong idea when it comes to...
But that's who you are. Well, I mean, if there's a girl out there that's just, you know, she's completely all over the shop, she has to know she stands no chance. But if a girl turned up to your house and had bought you, I don't know, God, what would you like? Some set squares and rulers and completely ironed golf socks. You'd be like, I'm interested. And here's someone that if they were in girl form, you'd have no interest in. Jared. He's actually a podcaster who's emailed in. He said, "This usually I pitch them to you and I see if this upsets you.
Yep.
Like, you know, this is slightly out of whack, or whatever, tile that might be facing the wrong way. There's just no doubt here you're going to lose your top, lose your lid. His stove is one of those flat top elements. I think they're called induction stoves, so it's all glass.
They're the one.
He said, when I'm making scrambled eggs, I don't use a frying pan. I just crack them and slosh them around on the element for a while, then I scoop them off. Don't have time for the inconvenience of cleaning the pan. Once a week, I wipe down the top. Fast and loose, baby. Jared, you've got a point. You've actually got a point because it can't get dirt. It's not bad. It's not unhygienic because it's so hot it burns all the germs off.
That's not true.
It seems true. It seems
That wouldn't be induction. He just has heat elements. Induction requires the pan.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a man that has actually realised, cut out the middleman, cut out the middle pan.
I actually really like it. I mean, I would never do it.
It's like having an open fire in your lounge room almost. Good on you, Jared. 13, 10, 60.
There's too many coming in. We've got to go to a break here. We're running behind. We'll take them after this.
Take them in a sec.
Luana, take it away.
I sometimes fold up washing when it's inside out.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's fine, Luana. I actually think that's a great idea.
I don't put it in the dryer unless it's the right way out.
You wouldn't dry something
I
inside
don't
out?
even hang it inside out because I want the ease after that to just be able to fold straight.
But as long as you eventually turn it inside out somewhere along the line, it's all the same kind of work, isn't it, man?
Yeah. Yep. Each to their own, I suppose.
But because it frustrates you, and inside out it's the wrong way to be, and you'd rather it be in its right form as much as the process as possible.
I suppose for me, it feels like the time where I urgently would need something is when I want to put it on straight away.
So get it ready now.
Get it ready. Get it prepared for that
Scouts.
moment. Yes.
Would you wear socks inside out?
Gosh, no. No.
Can and do. I do all the time. Jackie, especially black ones, can't tell. Jackie, 131060, Upset Andy, what do you got?
Ahoy. How you
Ahoy,
doing?
Jackie. Ahoy, Jackie.
This actually doesn't upset me. It more upsets my husband. But you know how when you pull off the price tags on your clothes, how it leaves that little plastic thing? It's like that piece of plastic that was holding the tag on.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to take it off. I just leave it on for years.
You rarely feel it. You rarely feel
You
it.
do. It can jab
I
you.
never notice it.
Yeah, I never noticed it either.
Yeah,
Jackie.
I'll notice it. It's irritating on your skin.
Yeah, Jackie,
and-
you've hit a category here that's one of the top three, which is miscellaneous plastic. Andy can love plastic with a purpose, like a little cover for something.
Yes.
He will love miscellaneous plastic.
Yes.
Get out.
Yes. And
to him, Andy's just, if you were running for president, Andy would be, we'll build a wall to keep miscellaneous plastic out.
Annabelle.
Ahoy,
Hey boys,
Annabelle.
how you going?
Very good, Annabelle.
Ahoy.
Have you got something that might upset Andy?
Oh, I do. I'm studying for the HSC at the moment, and I have these folders which I've had for years. And I bought them overseas, and the two binder rings are just a little bit too far apart, so it only sticks in one of the holes.
And you've been running it for years, Annabelle.
And I just do one hole.
Yeah,
What?
still keeps it in.
But then it'll flail all around. Your plastic pockets will
doesn't
flail.
bug me.
It doesn't. Yeah.
What are you hoping to get, Annabelle? What course are you heading for?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, you won't get into anything. With that
No,
level
not
of-
true,
with that
Annabelle.
level of attention
You
to
will,
detail,
because you're a
no,
big
you-
picture thinker and
Yeah.
you're the future of this
Yep.
country, and good on you.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Ahoy,
Sorry,
Rach.
I've just come off a
Big
bit of
fan,
a
big
swipe at
fan.
Annabelle, and I want to apologise, but she's gone. That's all right. Rachel, continue.
So my sisters and I were big fans, and I actually refer to this segment, the wrong name. I call it Things Andy Hates, and my sister, she can't take it.
So the segment name, the incorrect segment name gets her.
Yeah, the I'm Fast and Loose team, and I
Yeah.
just keep going. I just keep doing it. She can't stand it.
If people get the gist, man, that's that's all you got time for in life. Fast and loose, stay mobile.
Unfortunately, Rachel, what are you at university, Rachel? Your school?
Yeah, I'm at uni.
What are you studying?
Teaching.
Teaching, right.
Yep, fast and loose.
Just if you were
A, B,
studying
C, D, you get the gist.
No,
All right, kids.
If you were studying, say, product and brand management or any type of marketing, you'd know that it's important that things are called their correct thing.
Oh, switch now to the Hamish and Andy digital channel for a 5-minute product and brand management lecture from Andy. Or stay tuned to this network for a hit. Ando, you beg and beg and beg.
No, I don't.
Well, you beg for this to stop.
Yeah.
But it shan't.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now, 13 10 60. Or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 06 naught.
There are many, many things in the world. Things that you think you're just fine, that you haven't. Sometimes this stuff you haven't even thought about before, Ando. But when people bring it up and go, hey, I do some part of life this way, you go, no, that breaks a rule. That crosses a boundary. That's just not the practical way to do it.
Yep.
Sometimes
don't like a simple one for people just to get the level. If you're just new to the show, welcome. But not taking out a knot in your headphones.
You don't like that, do you?
Just straighten it out. Not even just not.
The music doesn't get caught in the curves.
Could.
Can't. 13 10 60. Already people are calling. People love upsetting Andy. This is off Twitter. I do like to troll. We get the hashtag upset Andy trends worldwide every week after this segment, and I like to cherry pick a few. There's so many to choose from, but I'll blast through a couple here. Zoe James. This only came in moments ago. You get the pay for parking, like at the beach or something. You get the ticket, you put it on the windscreen.
Yep.
Zoe's taken a picture of her dash, and it's just got about 8 of them on there.
Yeah.
So you're not throwing out old tickets. She
Yeah.
doesn't care. She's fast and loose.
Yeah,
She
particularly
doesn't mind.
If I see anyone where the ticket's faded from sunshine, tend to get...
We don't have time.
It tends to get my goat.
We don't have time to move them.
The problem is... So many things get my goat that I keep having to replace my goat.
Your goat doesn't stay in your stables for more than a minute. Any neighbourhood goat thieves are growing fat and rich off the easy availability of stealing your goat.
Yes.
Here's another one, again car related. Cars, kitchens, and bathrooms would be my tips for people and places to hit Andy hard. Comes from Ben Pep at Ben Pep. Pulling headfirst into a car parking space, the space in front of you is vacant too, but you don't drive through to maximise the easy out.
Yeah, that gets my goat. That's
more of an opportunity cost.
Yeah, that's a goat.
Okay, this is goat's gone. Replace the goat. See if it can go again. This has got to be one of my favourite ones, Ando. This comes in from just one of our favourite fast and looses. It's to do with signing signatures. Now, I've seen you have to sign business things from time to time.
Yes.
I've seen you fill out forms. You got a pretty easy to replicate signature.
Yeah.
Daniel M on Twitter goes, hey guys, I don't have a signature. I just scribble something different every time it's required. Fast and loose, baby. And he's got a point.
Yeah.
Who's checking SIGs? No one's checking SIGs.
I think he's an idiot, but I quite like it.
No one's checking SIGs.
Yeah.
You can write anything. I sometimes do it. I've got a long one and a short one. If I've got to sign something quickly, I've just got like a totally different one.
13 10 60.
No one's checking. Not even at the airport when you have to go through customs do they even look at the thing you've signed and match it to something.
Your passport. No, you're
it's
right.
just a little picture you draw.
That's why it doesn't really get my goat as much because
signature signatures are flawed.
I think it might come back to bite him one day.
Big time.
But, for instance, when I had to change my bank account, I had to do my signature.
I had to do that too.
And I had the signature for when I set up a Dolomite account, which was like a finance starter when I was in grade 1.
I had the same problem.
And they wouldn't let me change it over.
Do you know what my signature from year 1 was? My name in capital letters.
Yeah, that's mine.
I reckon that's an epidemic because they were like, I remember seeing it going, well, they must have just said, write your name.
Yeah.
That was never anyone's signature. I loved doing signatures when I was young. Scribbles, speed loops.
Yeah. Anyway, 13 10 60 is the number. There's too many people calling anyway. We'll
see
finish
if you can get him, guys. Bring him down. He's wobbling. Let's see if we can finish him off.
My goat's available for capture.
Bring in another goat. Here's a classic one that just came in on Twitter. We might have had it before, but I don't think we actually have. Mugs and glasses on the same shelf mixed up in the cupboard.
That's stupid.
Why? They're
Because
both vessels.
Appearance, obviously presentation is
Who's
important.
looking in your cupboards?
Well,
Scotty Cam's coming over and doing an Andy Lee kitchen reveal. You know it's in there. This is where I keep fluid
also,
vessels.
It's an ease of like...
You don't know what a mug is versus a cup?
Cup of tea, I can reach up blindly and grab myself my mug.
What if you dropped it? If you get encouraged as blind reaching. No, your goat's been got by that. Okay, bring in another goat.
Hayden.
Haydo, how are you, mate?
G'day, boys. How are you?
Ahoy. Hayden, got something that might upset Andy?
I do. So, at my ex's house, the light switch, back to front, you got to flip it up to turn it on, down to turn it off.
One goat.
Yeah, missing one goat.
Missing one goat.
Andy's goat
yeah,
has
it's
been
annoying,
got.
and it annoys me in the States because every light switch in the United States of America is the opposite.
Yep.
It's down up.
Yeah,
so
Hayden,
don't travel there, Haydo.
Andy went on a holiday to Los Angeles a few months ago and came back fuming. Yeah, spot on. Well done, Hayden. Really well done.
Matt, I mean, to the extent where at my house there's a couple of switches that operate the same light, and Hayden, yeah, I do enjoy them being.
Well, that's it, yeah, because they can get out of sync.
Get out of sync because if someone turns off the other one,
I do. You wouldn't like that. I know what I'm doing next time I'm over. Going around and finding every double switch light and putting them well out of sync.
Yeah, that one's sounding. I'm sounding like a bit of a weirdo on that one. I am.
No, you like your switches. You like to know that you press it down, goes on, press it up, goes off.
Matt. 13 10 60. Ahoy.
Ahoy, Matty.
Yeah, mate.
Something that might upset Andy.
Hey, Endo.
Okay, mate.
Off the smokes, mate. Come on.
Okay, I don't smoke, Matt.
Good on you, Matt. Thank you. Valuable health.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, Ham.
You just, thank you. I'm trying my best. I want his lungs healthy, not just because it means he's going to live longer and have a better life, but because
especially for those bagpipes.
It needs the bagpipes. It's for the band.
Yeah,
Thanks,
exactly.
Matty. Appreciate it, mate.
All right, that play on.
At the moment, I'm driving the work vehicle, and I just haven't got a chance to fill up the old washer liquid, so the windscreen. So I've got a nice coat of a combination of dust, dirt, mud, and sea salt. But this morning I was driving, and the car in front of me put their windshield on, and they got a bit of their water went over the roof, jumped on mine. Yeah, just kind of jumped on their back and cleaned up the old windscreen.
Second
so,
hand spray.
stay home.
Hey, Matty, fast
fill it up, mate. Fill it up.
If you follow someone long enough, especially at sunrise, where you need to wash your windscreen often because the sun's hitting your windscreen that way, follow someone long enough, you are going to get second-hand spray. Never need to fill it up. Fast and loose. And
very
recycling.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Good work, Matty.
Matt, from one Matt to another Matt.
Ahoy.
Hopefully not
Second Matt.
as big an idiot as the first
No,
Matt.
I love first Matt. Second
Ahoy,
Matt.
boys.
Ahoy, Matty.
And
What do you
happy
got?
birthday, Andy.
Okay.
Hope you have a good one, mate. I'm at work and I've got my pen and I read the label on it and it said replace lid whenever not in use.
Yep.
Mate, I don't even know where the lid is.
It's a great joke, Matt, but also you have upset Andy probably because he just doesn't like the abuse of a pen.
No.
And
I mean,
doesn't
to
like
be
it,
honest,
and especially even Bics that can be unclicked or the Officeworks pen that could be...
You would know, Hammer, I don't do a lid-based pen for this exact reason. I don't like seeing a nude pen out there. It
he
seems
doesn't.
very exposed.
Doesn't like seeing ink on air.
The nipple at the end of the pen is exposed and it obviously...
For you, it's like seeing...
So we're seeing like a willy. It's
sure, a dog's.
Yeah, dogs.
Oh, that shouldn't be out. I mean, it's got a purpose, but let's put it away. Too much?
Not like that at all.
Well, you said Willie. You did say you went there first, and that upset me.
I was talking about the person, Willie.
Yeah, the perfect analogy. Oh, William. It's like seeing a guy called William. Hey, William, pop back in the house with me, mate. You're completely naked. Uh-oh.
What?
Time for this.
Everything is neat and practical, 'cause that's the way he likes it. But what if it wasn't? Upset Andy. Call now 13 10 60, or in a format that upsets Andy, 131 060.
Thought I got away with it this week. It normally resides on a Tuesday.
And you've noticed it's on a Wednesday.
And it's on a Wednesday.
Does that make you a little cranky?
Yeah, a little frustrated.
Well, yeah.
A little agitated.
Well, yeah, a little anxious.
Hasn't taken my goat, but
it's pulling fiercely at its reins.
yeah.
13 10 60. I mean, the phone's already melting down.
Yes.
We should buy more heat-resistant phones because from what I can see, a few dozen phone calls has made the phones melt down. But Ando, Upset Andy, the part of the week where we look at regular instances from everyday life that perhaps just violate your laws that you hold. Sometimes you don't even know you hold these laws for efficiency, usefulness, sometimes cleanliness and order. It doesn't have to be about cleanliness.
No.
We heard earlier in the show, usefulness trumps cleanliness when it comes to barbecue.
Yep.
You like using the old fat from the barbecue to re-glisten the plate,
Yep.
But that's just usefulness. You love usefulness. Here's a great one that's come in. Twitter attracts a lot under the hashtag Upset Andy. Ben Pep has written, how does Andy feel about not removing the store receipt from a plastic bag before putting it away under the sink with all the other plastic bags? So after you're shopping,
no, that's annoying.
You've got a couple of bags in there with big old receipts in them.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have that. But you also know that I tie them in knots in a certain way.
Oh, of course. I forgot about that.
And,
you tie and fold your bags.
Yeah.
You don't even stuff them in a big... Even stuffing them in a big reuse these bags bag for you is...
So, of course...
That blows your lid.
Yeah, the receipt's going to annoy me.
Here's a great one. This tells me that Upset Andy's now graduated to another level. Comes in from Joseph Ferguson Lane. Okay. He goes, I never used to put my toothpaste the wrong way on my toothbrush, but now I do just to upset Andy. He lays it across the bristles instead of in line with them, just to annoy you.
Yeah.
So there's a guy brushing his teeth every night going, I'm doing this because somehow this is upsetting Andy.
Yeah, that would annoy me, but I like...
He's doing it.
I like the fact that he's gone after a very peculiar approach.
I know. It would be annoying him, but it's worth it knowing it would upset you.
Seeing the photo doesn't upset me.
There's a few things in life that sometimes just get on your nerves a little bit. They violate the laws of practicality and order that you like to follow. Here is an amazing one I just have to quickly touch on from a podcaster. Simon lives in the UK. He goes, G'day, ahoy boys. Rather than going to the trouble of purchasing a wallet, I keep all my cards loose in the pocket of whatever trousers I happen to be wearing. I can now access my cards a little bit faster, a little bit looser. Fast and loose, baby. Love the show.
Fast and lose?
No, fast and loose.
Lose them, my friend.
He says he's never lost one.
Hawks did that the whole time growing up. He didn't say he never lost
he
one.
goes, P.S. I know what Andy will say, and I've never lost one.
Hawks loses them all the time. He still doesn't know idea where his cards are. Silly.
Christy,
fast and lose.
Christy, ahoy. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
Yeah, ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Christy.
So I purchased my car second-hand in January, and the next day my check engine light turned on, and I've kept it on.
Yeah. You'll get round to checking that.
That's dangerous.
Eventually.
It's not too dangerous,
that is
Chrissy.
dangerous.
If it was really dangerous, it'd flash.
The car would be gone already.
Exactly. So it was a false alarm, and you did the right thing.
It's funny. The funny thing is, it's not so much the check engine. If the light went off, I'd be fine with that. I'd keep driving.
It's just that it's saying it to you.
It's just saying it to me. It's the same as when it comes up and I've got to add water and that light's still there. It just sits there. I'm going, I've got to get rid of that.
Drills into you.
Similarly,
I can zone them out.
If there's two messages that unread, the little red
I know,
red
mate.
dot will.
I can see the steam's coming out his ears. Anthony.
Yeah, mate.
Ahoy, Anthony. Have you got something that could upset Andy?
Ahoy, both of you. With all this hot weather coming up, you're driving along, air conditioners on, fans on, half the flat out. You get home, just switch the whole car off. Don't worry about changing anything.
Yeah. So you don't power down the aircon
No,
after...
it's going to be hot tomorrow, so fair chance you're going to need it again.
Oh,
Turn it on in the morning.
Okay, Anthony.
I do the same thing. You get out of your car and just keep the same setting, don't you?
So then, you turn it on and it doesn't upset you?
Nah.
I mean, it doesn't upset me. Sometimes I've got the heating on when it's 30. I don't care.
Yeah. So then I get in and I go, gee, I've got to change that. No, Anthony, that hasn't. That's
sailed past Andy without making contact. Jennifer,
that's the fun of the game.
Jennifer, ahoy. Have you got something that might upset Andy?
I think I have. Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Jen.
Okay, my partner. When he undresses at the end of the day and he puts his socks out to the wash basket, he rolls them back up exactly how they were when they came out of the drawer and expects me to wash them like that.
What do you mean?
He refolds his socks.
What a goose. That's so... Nah, that's awful, Jen. And the other thing is, the equivalent of... I thought you were going to go, and I'll just for people that maybe ever having to, I don't know, me do their washing.
Yeah, this could happen, guys, so listen up.
I don't want a sock left in a jean leg either.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
I know it would, but just...
Tight balls in jeans, not in the wash, hidden. Who knows where my socks goes?
Chris. But that'd be annoying. Like, why are you...
I don't wash my jeans, so I don't really...
No, but why are you refolding your socks? I'm talking about Jen.
I guess he wants to keep them together.
Yeah.
Like, so he hates lost socks.
Hates lost socks.
But
now I'm liking his move.
Chris, ahoy.
Ahoy, lads. How are you?
We're really good, mate. Have you got something that could upset Andy?
I do. First of all, happy birthday, Andy.
That'll get me.
Registered and noted. Thank you, Chris. Takes the burden off us. He forces us to say it all the time.
Chris, not my birthday. Don't celebrate them, but play on.
All right. So we just got back from a holiday from overseas, and whenever we get home, I leave the bag tags on. Don't take them off from the airport. They're all still on my bag.
Chris, I take them off as soon as I arrive.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I love having them on.
They're still sitting on there.
Oh, that's so annoying.
That's good, Chris. Really build a visual for him.
Yeah, and you can't open your bag.
He's cooking. He's cooking.
Well, even my missus says, mate, you got to take them off. And I say, no.
Yeah.
No, they're staying. It's got to stay.
Fast and loose. Take them off when I need to take them off.
That's it. You know it.
No, you're running the risk of your bag going somewhere else. It
doesn't happen.
My friend.
Never happened. It's never happened.